Yeah, Libras unite. What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? What's the word, gang? What's the word, family? We got some new moon vibes up in the air. All right. All right. Look, I'm gonna dive right into it, guys. All right. I know I kept pushing the time back. Yo, Sunray got me dying. I see. You left that comment at 2 o'clock. She said, "Yo, at this point, Boro playing. He know everyone waiting to see what the likely was gonna say in his season." So my bad, yeah, I kept pushing the time back or whatnot. Listen, man, it's an air season. It's an air season. It's easier to be scattered. Now y'all getting y'all starting to get a taste what it feel like to everybody that ain't got no air placements. Y'all getting a taste of it now. You're getting a little taste of it now. But your overthinking can't get stable head asses. What's wrong with y'all? Shout out to all the Libras in the building. First of all, I haven't even got a chance. You feel me? I haven't even got a chance to say happy birthday, Libras. Happy solar return to all of y'all. You feel me? Shout out to my Virgos and all that. Y'all know we go back like rims on the Cadillac and like Jesus and Mary Mag, but is that time of the year now. It's that time of the year. What's going on? I believe Old Cummins 08. Dwan, I see you, Dwan. Double D. You already know, family. We in the building. Norel 777. All right. So, it's fall season, y'all. We in that solar system's going through that shift right now. All right. Shit's starting to die off a little bit. That sun get a little aggy with us now. It's like I ain't fucking with y'all niggas that much right now. By 5:30, I'm up out of here. It's about to be that time. It's the fall time. We don't call it the fall for no reason. So the sun is going into his resting period. So when we look at Libra season, we start to embrace this theme of balance. And when we look at balance, we're looking at what we got going on within our personal space and how that correlates to the outside world, how that correlates to others. And then we get into relationships and our one-on-one connections. All right. So y'all already know the vibes. It's cuffing season now. Y'all know what's up. Like y'all know what vibes Libra season bring. All right. Let's not act stupid here, y'all. I'm just playing. I missed y'all. But listen, it's cuffing season and all that. All right. And all of this new moon energy is going on within the midst of retrograde season. All right, we're still in retrograde season. So one of the most important themes to understand right now around this new moon time is how opportunities. I got my laptop here. So when y'all see me looking down, I'm looking at my laptop. Put my camera. This is my camera right here. So I'm gonna try to make a habit looking at the camera a little bit more. But one of the most important themes of this new moon is understanding how opportunities play out in things reoccurring from the past. Even though we're still in the midst of retrograde season, we are in that last shift. So right now we in that last lap of the marathon. You feel me? Like now we're entering the fall season. As I've been saying, throughout the summertime, planets are going to start going direct around this time of the year. So as we complete this last final lap amongst retrograde season or whatnot, even though I believe Mars is going retrograde soon. All right. But it's important to understand that a lot of things going to start clicking around this time. A lot of things going to start clicking. All right. Mercury about to go direct in its goddamn self. Well, let me not say a few. Yeah, let me not say a few. I'm wild. Like around September 8th or 9th or something like that. So we got a little some left with Mercury retrograde. I know Mercury retrograde, like it's just funny having this awareness about these things and seeing how things happen in the world, and then you just look like the crazy person pointing it out, like yeah, it's Mercury retrograde, but us isolated outcasted spiritual astrology influenced beings, that's what we go through. You feel me? You just gotta watch the bullshit happen. But yeah, Mercury retrograde has been on some bullshit. but we know what the true purpose of the retrogrades are for, right? To recollect, to spiritually reset. So, like I've been kind of saying, even though I haven't been out and about, you feel me? I've been living under a rock a little bit these past couple of weeks. Even before that, I've been saying, understand that it's okay to be okay with things not meeting expectations or time frames that you may have wanted to meet coming into this year around this time specifically. And every time we get into an energy where we're closing out the fake new year, 2022, even though we know the new year starts in the spring, we always get in that energy of looking at what we've been experiencing throughout the year. So with all these energies still being retrograde, don't be overwhelming yourself with how you didn't meet expectations with that. Checking certain quotas, having to push certain things back, having to take more time with a certain project or situation more than you expected to. These are things that you have to be okay dealing with around this time. All right. These are situations that early next year, late this year, you're going to be appreciative and thankful to towards yourself that you did allow yourself to be patient with these situations. All right. Now, I say all of that to say it's Libra season. So obviously there's a huge emphasis on relationships. We got planets in all air signs right now. All right. So there's a lot of activity, a lot of social activity going on with everybody, especially if you have air placements or a lot of fire placements. All right. So it's important to, try to find some stability and move in the present, because even though it's a new moon time, there's a lot of clarity. There's a lot of activity within the new moon, which we're going to basically go through. So I just want to go through a couple of themes, y'all. The moon is about to peak in a couple of hours. All right. The moon is about to peak in a couple of hours. So I ain't going to hold y'all up, y'all. I just want to point out a couple of themes to bring some clarity as to what you guys may have started to feel, think, pick up on a couple of days coming into the new moon. Energies you might be picking up on a couple of days after this new moon, as it y'all know how post full moon vibes go. And I just have some bullet points, some things that I feel like is critical for all sun signs and rising signs to know. All right, guys. So let me get right into it. I'd like to hear your take on PNB Rock. It's an unfortunate situation. It's an unfortunate situation, but see, me, I'm crazy, y'all. Like y'all understand. Like I'm crazy. When people ask me questions like that, my outlooks and perspectives on things get real. Motherfuckers look at me all conspiracy theory-ish and shit. But sometimes I think things are deeper than rap, and certain celebrities are used for certain agendas, and things may transpire like that with one passing away. I'm not saying that this is that type of situation, but the powers that be will go take the far measure to either sacrifice or utilize a situation to push an agenda, whatever that agenda may be. All right, so that's one perspective. And then two, just looking at it from a literal perspective, not putting no extra shit behind it, I think that entertainers, especially rappers, like in this day and age, you got to be way more smarter with the way you move. I heard the restaurant, the Chicken and Roscoe's he went to, is one of the hottest restaurants we could go to, especially with like all type of shit be going on over there and whatnot. So like, you just gotta be a little bit smarter. Like me, like, listen, man, give me some rapper money. Niggas won't hear from me. You won't see me. Listen, I'm out your way. I ain't nobody's problem. Listen, Uber eats me. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, I don't need to be posted up there. I don't like being in the public all the time now. Shit. I'm not about to listen. Listen, man. It's an unfortunate situation, man. It's unfortunate. He's young, he's talented. I wasn't a big PNB Rock fan or anything like that, but he did have a couple of good songs in my opinion. So yeah, it's just I think other rappers need to pay attention, man. There's a war going on in all different type of areas, man. There's a spiritual warfare going on. There's warfare going on in the hip hop community, man. There's all type of shit going on. So You know, these young rappers got to move more wise, especially seeing so much consistent examples of motherfuckers getting caught up, you know? So that's my take on that. You know, hopefully we don't have to keep seeing another rapper passing away every other couple of months or some crazy shit. Like at this point, it's kind of regular. The shit is crazy. I don't even know if that many people be realizing how regular it is to see a rapper. Oh, who passed? Like, damn, who passed? Like, damn, like, should be crazy at this point. You know? But last thing I just want to say about that, since you brought it up, then we're going right back to the energies. You know, artists can become highly targeted individuals. And sometimes they can put themselves in these situations because, you know, music is a very spiritual thing. You know, artists feel that music is spiritual, but they may not understand the actual properties as to what they're creating and manifesting with their music and their energies that sometimes are what they attract. Motherfuckers need astrologers and spiritualists in their corner. You need your astrologer getting your transits right. You feel me? You feel me? You got to have the elders in your corner, getting your protection crystals right. Listen, when you got all that attention, when you're dealing with any type of stardom and a lot of attention and a lot of, you know, everything you do is highly scrutinized and critiqued or whatnot. Listen, you got to move with your protection out here. You got to step your shit up because you got bigger energies to basically take care of. You got more responsibility to take care of. So with more power, more responsibility. With more resources, more power, more challenges. Don't think universe is never going to see you in a power position and not push you to be useful in some type of way to somebody or to some community, somebody else in some type of shape or form. So yeah, man, these artists need to they need to embrace Libra season and get more balance with their messages and their music. Motherfuckers talk about shoot 'em up, bang, bang, bang. You know, we all like a little shoot 'em up, bang, bang, bang music here and there. But then again, you know, you just have to be very conscious of what you wear, what you project, what you speak. And if you put in music behind anything, you just amplifying a ritual. Basically, like making music is a ritual. And we have to understand how that ritual or how we're programmed or influenced through that music as well. So just because they craft it in the studio, they craft the magic in the studio, when they send it out, when we pick it up, we a part of the motherfucker now. Don't think we just pick up the vibe and we touch up on some of that process. All right. So you gotta have your spiritual filters on, family. You gotta have your spiritual filters on. All right. Right. The Scar Hour said desensitized. Okay. It's just a Sunday. All right. So now you're not late, Chamby. We just started. So let's get into some important themes about this transit, y'all. So once again, new moon, guys. Y'all know the vibes. New moons is a breath of fresh air. I tweeted earlier today, you know, around new moon time, yesterday's price ain't today's price. So, of course, it sounds cliche not to hold on to things in the past, not let the past hold you back. But during new moon times, we have an extra spiritual push. We have more access. We're in a different frequency to be able to initiate newness in our life, to be able to, acknowledge the past, but, you know, create a new chapter based off of what we experienced. So it's important to understand that around this time. I always say you have to understand what mindset, emotional stance, what vibration you coming into a new moon cycle with, because this is a foundation you're starting with. Another key thing about new moon transits, anything that you're dealing with friction with around this time may be something that, especially because we're amongst so many retrograde transits, it's important to understand if you're dealing with heavy friction around this time, whether there's some personal habits, career issues, relationship issues, family issues, you know, whatever it is, these may be huge signs of things that needed attention, needed some energy work, you know, needed some attention to detail during this retrograde season, and from working from the past full moon. All right. So in order to embrace all the new opportunities, all the new things that we have coming to us in this new cycle, is important to take notice to these areas of friction right now. We don't want to keep dealing with these things as we progress, right? So that's important to keep in mind around this time. Once again, a lot of opportunities around this time may come in the in the format of something from the past, a situation you may have been dealing with in the past, because we have so much activity. We got the moon, the new moon by the sun, but we also have Venus and Mercury retrograde in the mix. So a retrograde planet, especially being Mercury right there, is going to bring an influence of past energies within newness. So we have to acknowledge things in the past, possibly clean up some things in the past. We may feel pressure to do it a little bit right now, but it's really just a push to take care of things so we can embrace, like I said, new opportunities. All right. So that's important to keep in mind. It's Libra season, guys. Cardinal air ruled by Venus. So air off rip, we're dealing with more so being more of a rational sense. And air, we're dealing with relationships, communication, interaction. All right. Venus, value system, self-esteem, self-worth. So all of these things, when it comes into our relationships overall, Libra season, we're basically observing our value system within our relationships, the people we associate ourselves with, our past relationship experiences, seeing if we're too self-invested, into things to the point it's blocking relationship opportunities, whether it's your intimate relationships or it's business opportunities, or to the point, or are you imbalanced to the point you're way too invested into a relationship or somebody else, right? To the point that you need to get more balance and put some energy and more attention to things that you got going on in your personal life. That is a huge aspect to when we talk about balance with Libra season. All right. And, around this time, I believe a lot of people will be feeling the huge, it's going to be hard to, it's going to be an extreme energy within relationships. You're either feeling more lively, excited, looking forward to the potential of what you have going on in your relationship, what you're trying to create, or you can feel, a lack of right now. If you have Venus by the new moon, right? So we got the new moon next to the sun, obviously. Sun and moon conjunct during the new moon, always together. So they revitalize each other. That's why it's such an important period, right? The sun, the consciousness, and the moon, the nurturing, the nurturer, the understanding. They get to revitalize each other. So we have a rejuvenated consciousness. So we feel prepared now with our sun to go ahead, take action on our new approach, a new awareness, a new way of seeing things. And then the moon, the sun comes to is able to complement the moon by being able to provide some clarity to things that she may be dealing with internally with her emotions. So we're able to process the emotions with more clarity around this time. So overall, once again, it's a whole spiritual reset when we go through the new moon. However, when we're looking at relationship circumstances, it's just important. I South Node transit was around Aries. I know Tupac got Aries placements. I think does Biggie got Aries? I know they both got Gemini placements too. That's another reason they got dynamic relationship. You feel me? But let me not. I'm trying to. I told myself I'm not gonna try to get too sidetracked today. But that dynamic of balance. Making sure you're not leaning too much into a selfish nature. To the point is blocking a relationship opportunities, and to the point you're not realizing you're getting taken advantage of. Libras, we good for that. We good. How I be teasing Libras, picking on Libras. Like, no, it's okay. Now you can have it. Now it's okay. I'm good. Like, it's not. No, it's okay. You can disrespect me. I'm straight. It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna just come back tomorrow and take it again. It's all right. I won't do nothing about it. All right. You can just walk all over me. It's all right. I won't say nothing about it. I'm gonna just keep smiling. I'm gonna try to detach and ghost and not say nothing about it, not confront you and deal with the situation. My bad. I got it. So Libra, so right now, whether you a Libra or not, if you in that type of energy in your relationships right now, you're gonna feel that extreme of feeling the lack of. Yeah, that's what I was saying with Venus being right next to the moon. These are things that's highlighted Venus energy. So we're feeling the lack of appreciation in our relationships. We're feeling the lack of connection, or we're feeling that newness energy by the Venus. You're loving the potential of what can be with the relationship. You're loving the potential of what you can connect to others, not even just in the intimate sense. All right. Understand Libra is an air sign. And even though it's ruled by Venus, it does have a nature of dealing with a romance, right? But it's air. It's air. Air deals with the intellect. It deals with logic, right? It deals with thinking. And that doesn't mean it's necessarily just air signs are invested into the emotions or connection. They like to connect. They may have different purposes, different intentions on why they want to connect, why they like to connect, why they thrive off connected. They may have similarities and things that are different in that state. So all air sign energies, especially Libra energies, ain't just about intimate relationships. All right. We dealing with business partnerships. We dealing with marriage. We dealing with anything that has a contract involved. All right. We dealing with 7th house energy, contracts, marriage, business agreements. We dealing with law. We dealing with legal issues. We're dealing with debts. We're dealing with anything that you have to sign your name on, anything that comes into an agreement with you and another party. So this is all things we need to find balance with right now. Those may be all things you need to find some goddamn balance with right now, moving into the fall season. All right. Let's not just get too caught up on your boo thing or your sneaky link. All right. By this time, listen, Mercury finna go direct September 9th. By this time, you and your sneaky link, you and your toxic relationship, you and your twin flame, soulmate, whatever issues y'all had, them shit should have been acknowledged by now. You should at least be getting close to, just finding some resolve, taking care of, communicating about something. So we've been in the thick of things already. All right. So when it comes to relationship, things were winding in relationship, ex-partners coming back. You realizing you got to get something off your chest to a partner or something. You realizing this is an issue in your relationships and all of that. Like I'll be pretty surprised if you ain't really experienced that yet or navigate that situation yet. If it needed to be handled during this retrograde. If it ain't happened yet, then you all right. You might be all right. You straight. You all right. It's rough out here for a brother. I don't know. I'm happy for you, but it's rough out here for a brother. You feel me? Got all this activity by my energies. It's a brother solar return season and all that. There's a lot of activity going on right now. Bunch of transits in the 8th house, the Saturn return energy. So listen, y'all, it's retrograde season. You got to stay strong, y'all. Like I said, we're on the last lap. We're on the last lap of the marathon, y'all. Stay strong. We've been fighting this good fight together. Aries X is a stalker. Oh yeah, you ain't know Mars is stalking energy. You ain't know Mars you ain't know. You ain't know Mars energy is if I can't have you, nobody head ass can't have you head ass. You ain't know, yeah, that's a little bit of that shadow Aries, shadow Scorpio energy right there. A little bit of that shadow Capricorn energy too. Capricorn got some of that shit in their shit too. Capricorn got some of that shit too. Shit, got me all vulnerable. Talk about you finna do some other shit. I had a whole program set up. You was working for me, this and that. You had shit set up in the crib. You had shit structured. You doing my taxes. You feel me? You understood how I liked shit being organized. That was a lot of time, like vetting you. That was a lot of time, getting you to understand how I like shit being organized. You talk about you finna start organizing another nigga shit. Yo, nah, you bugging the fuck out. It's Libra season. Motherfuckers get cut off real quick. You bugging the fuck out. It's Libra season. Motherfuckers get cut off. Motherfuckers ain't been doing nothing but breaking up and having babies around this time. It's one or the other. If you date somebody right now, I'm telling you, you're gonna have a baby soon. I'm just letting you right now. You might as well just break up with a motherfucker right now. It ain't no medium. Motherfuckers having baby showers and catching cases. Listen, y'all, retrograde Aries. Listen, y'all think y'all ain't gotta hear my voice. Y'all ain't gotta see me talk about energies. Don't think I ain't picking up on energy. Don't think I does this every day, whether I'm talking about it or not. All these goddamn retrogrades. We got Mars aggressive ass in another air sign in Gemini. Yeah, some of y'all been bugging out in y'all relationships lately. So I hope y'all are utilizing these energies to get things together. And I hope y'all are all one with this soon to be peak new moon. So you can leave some of that shit in the past. Like, okay, I learned what I need to learn, universe, during the retrograde. Okay, I got it. This motherfucker was using me. You know? My friends was telling me that shit for like, about 6 to 8 months. But this new moon in Libra, this motherfucking retrograde, all these air signs, this shit's strong. I got it now. I mean, the motherfucker stole 20K from me and lied about it. I knew the truth and I was a little naive about it. But love is a dangerous drug. All right. So motherfuckers is either getting broken up with or you having a baby. So I'm trying to save y'all right now. Like if you just single, if you single, you somewhere in the safe zone. If you in a relationship, just make sure you send me the invite. I fuck with baby showers, get my Burberry together. You feel me? Yeah, I know I'm just goofing, but all jokes aside though, that it's a lot of intense situations where either feeling highly excited about the potential of your relationship, the direction of it, feeling real positive, having a positive sense of the direction of the relationship, or just feeling like, there's a lack of something in this motherfucker. There's a lack of appreciation. There's a lack of connection, communication. There's a lack of something. Mercury retrograde is by the new moon with Venus. So if something needs to be rewinded, if something needs to be revisited within relationships, love matters, things connected to your self-esteem, things connected to your self-worth, things connected to how you feel appreciated, things connected to what makes you feel good, especially about yourself, anything you overthinking of or about any of them situations, Mercury retrograde by that new moon is saying, no, we need to revisit these situations before we start this new foundation. So before you walk this path and go and get what's for you, this relationship you're dealing with, we might have to analyze if this motherfucker gonna be a roadblock. And that's another thing. Certain signs have this influence more than others, but certain signs are going to be picking up on how supportive their partner is, or the people that they're around are of the things that they really value or you're really passionate about. And it's okay realizing that the people that you really fuck with or you really care about aren't into the things that you may be into, that you may be passionate about. It's important to actually know that, because you don't never want to be the person forcing some shit on somebody that don't want to. I ain't finna force astrology on nobody that don't want to give a fuck about astrology, don't have no care to learn about it. They being forceful, like, no, I don't want to hear nothing about that shit. That shit fake. I ain't gonna be like, no, bro, you gotta believe. I swear to God, I'm trying to help you go to the next dimension. I'm trying to change your life. No. Listen, life is short. Life's short. You can take them to the water, y'all. You can take them to the water. What we got going on in the comments before I get into influences for all signs? My ex had Aries and Venus and Mercury out of control. Venus and fire is something, man. Venus and fire is something. See, Mercury needed to. All right, so okay, so opportunities coming in, delayed situations, reoccurring opportunities, the theme of balance, relationship resolve, opportunities to find resolving relationships. We're really sensitive to relationship issues. That's another thing. So you're very sensitive to things in relationships right now. So be careful how you react to things in relationships or whatnot. Now the new moon is gonna be this party we have going on with the new moon, the sun, Venus and Mercury. Venus and Mercury are in Virgo, but they're all still conjunct, and these energies are harmonizing with Pluto. They're harmonizing with Pluto and Capricorn. So we know Pluto's dealing with, rebirth, transformations, regeneration. So I see a lot of opportunity to navigate power and control dynamics in relationships. A lot of y'all gonna have to learn how to give up control out this motherfucker. All right? Let me say that again for some of y'all. To make some shit work in your relationship, sometimes you got to give up control. So it's gonna be a lot of it's gonna have to be some balanced efforts with relationships, both parties. If there's any power and control issues, efforts bringing some understanding to that around this time. But because the new moon is making a harmonious alignment to to Pluto. Let me see something. Yeah, because the moon is making a harmonious alignment to Pluto, that gives us the power to bring transformation towards where we want to direct it to. So that's a strong energy to have when you have the new moon creating a new foundation and it has Pluto in its corner, helping it to create this foundation. Pluto's bringing a bunch of influences to help you, be able to have the right attitude and approach towards things that may have been holding you back, whether it's personal habits, whether it's things that may have impacted your emotions in the past, things that transformed you in the past, any type of turbulence in your life. Pluto's helping the moon right now to understand it, to connect to those things, but not feel overwhelmed by it, to help encourage it to understand that it could set a new intention, with the experience of experiencing those things in order to empower itself. All right. So this is why right now, the things that you're feeling heavy on, as far as what may have the transformations you've been through in your life recently, going through right now, or trying to initiate. So transformations in all levels. Anything that you're feeling heavy on these things on, that's you can't fight that right now. You can't fight that. That's just what it is. But understand that you have the power to bring that to change to whatever it is. All right. There's gonna be a lot of motherfuckers in relationships right now getting taken advantage of. They finna snap out that shit this weekend. It ain't gonna be Moon Day tomorrow. This motherfucker gonna feel like Mars Day tomorrow out this motherfucker. Somebody finna snap tomorrow, like, no, I'm taking my power back. Letting you take advantage of me in this relationship too long. Yeah, Pluto put the battery in the moon back. Pluto put the battery. That's like your mother. That's like your mother getting into. That's like your mother, the moon and Pluto. Let me see. Yeah, that's like the moon's uncle. That's like your mom's uncle. So what's your mom's uncle? So my mom's uncle is like, is that my uncle? I don't know. Motherfucker. Black families be complicated as shit. Yeah, that's my auntie, cousin, stepsister on the third side, wife, husband. That's your what? Yeah, we 50% blood related. But yeah. Power and control dynamics are going to be easier to be picked up on right now. People may really feel like because it's a new moon energy, people may really feel like they have to break certain cycles right now where they feel like they may be taken advantage of, whether it's a relationship with your manager at work, intimate relationship of all sorts. All right. This is a time where a lot of people may feel like you have to break through these things in order to create this new chapter, to create this new foundation. So any breakthrough energy we feeling right now, we have to jump through that. All right. Because not only is the new moon having this power with Pluto that's encouraging us to embrace transformation, the motherfucking new moon is opposite Jupiter and slightly opposite Neptune. Slightly. but it has friction with Jupiter for sure in Aries. All right. And Jupiter in Aries, we know Jupiter in Aries screams extreme energy, because Jupiter is a exaggerated type of energy, likes to expand. Aries brings the force. So when it comes into us utilizing our intuition about how we should be personally treated in relationships, how we should personally conduct ourselves in relationships or whatnot, like that's going to be things we're going to have to find the balance in with relationships right now. So that intuition kicking in as to what you deserve, or how you should assert yourself in a certain way, that Jupiter and Aries energy is on our ass right now with the new moon. It's like, yeah, I want y'all to plant new seeds. I want y'all to do y'all thing and all that, it's new moon time. But y'all motherfuckers y'all better fight for some of that shit, though. Y'all better aggressively apply what your intuition is picking up on, or the experience that you have with what you want to create around this time. All right. So that's something we just want to embrace. That's why we want to embrace all that transformation, all that, listen, guys, y'all know blossoming into your new stage, it don't feel good. It's ugly. It's uncomfortable. All right. It's weird how shit that look a little weird or nasty to us could be like a little addictive to watch. You feel me? I be watching a lot of like wildlife shit and whatnot. A couple of days ago, I was watching Skin Shed. I was on YouTube watching Skin Shed and whatnot. That shit looked nasty as fuck. But I couldn't stop watching that shit. I'm like, damn, that shit crazy. Like, nature really crazy. But when it comes into transformation, you got to be able to walk. You got to be able to go through the trenches, y'all. They got to be, and we have energy supporting that right now. It's just that you can't. Patience is a virtue, like a motherfucker right now. Patience is a virtue, and yeah, we can't want the things that we want to develop happen overnight right now. If you're working with time, you're working with patience. And in the times we're in today, you will really be looking back like, yo, I'm glad I paced myself late summer, early fall. I'm glad I took my time with this. I'm glad I didn't get too extreme with this situation. I'm glad I gave this person a chance and I didn't just block them after that first argument. So all of that, so we're finding resolve with all of those type of things. Let me just see what else, what other points I got written down. New aspiration for your ideas. All right, we got the sun by Mercury, so the sun lighting Mercury up by Venus. So all the ideas, any ideas that you may have had in the past, creative things, dealing with your talents, dealing with your gifts. Right now, the sun is lighting a lot of that shit up right now. Mercury's going in the past, digging up all the experience you have with that shit. Is right now, a lot of you guys are searching up information on new ways to do things that you was doing in the past or whatnot. So you was making music a couple years ago. You stopped making music or whatnot. It should still be on your heart or whatnot. You feel me? Now you in a state of finding out a new studio, a new way to record. So you revisiting a creative pursuit or a personal aspiration that you have, but you're able to gain more resource or information right now, or more clarity as to how to do the job more effectively. Like I said, a lot of opportunities are coming in the sense of reoccurring things happening in the past. All right. I've been doing a lot of studying lately, and I've been let me just write an asterisk by this point I'm by, just in case I forget where I'm at. It was something I was doing some studying. I kind of came into a theory about things with astrology. So, we all want to study and gain knowledge of self or whatnot. So you look at somebody that has like a Mars in this sign or Venus in this sign. And we know you having Venus in this energy or Mars in this energy or whatever placement may be comes with a potential to have a certain energy, certain characteristics, certain influences and traits. But you also have to understand that things are constantly being developed, guys. You're constantly developing yourself. So whatever potential that you've ever heard or you've ever researched about yourself or within this astrology shit, understand that, a lot of the potential of these placements take time to develop. All right. Just like everything does. So I was I was watching an interview. I wish I could. I want to play the video for y'all right now. I want to play the video for y'all, but I don't be knowing how to tell if they gonna copyright me or not. Like sometimes I'll be like playing clips for different videos to react to things, and I don't know how to tell if it's something that I can't pull up. And it's not even about getting the stream demonetized. I don't even give a fuck about that. It's just they take the whole stream down. They take the whole, like, y'all can't even view it. So, but I was watching some of y'all may have heard of David Goggins. He's like an entrepreneur, motivational speaker, ex-Navy SEAL member, was in the Air Force, right? And he was on Joe Rogan. I was watching him on Joe Rogan podcast. So, you know, he's this example, change the speed and fair use. Okay, I just have to say fair use in the beginning at the end. I see sometimes people that react to channels, they actually watermark that shit on their videos. But change the speed, I bet I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold y'all up with the clip. So I was watching the interview, and so he's this entrepreneur. If you guys go YouTube him, if y'all go hashtag his name David Goggins, Goggins. If y'all go hashtag his name on Instagram, TikTok, y'all gonna see a lot of crazy shit. Y'all gonna see him doing a lot of Navy SEAL shit that y'all probably never want to experience in your life. Motherfucking tying his hands and his ankles, jumping in water and swimming to shore, and all type of crazy shit, right? And he has a lot of motivational speeches. So I'm watching this podcast, and Joe Rogan's asking him about how he came to be who he was, and the person that, you know, you see him to be, he was the total opposite of that. You know, really insecure, was physically, verbally abused by his father, was overweight, you know, quit when he was trying to get into the Army, Navy SEAL, whatever what it was, you know, he failed a couple of challenges and he had to meet weight requirements. He failed that, and he dealt with depression. So it was all type of shit he was experiencing. So he basically just starts saying how he had to develop you know, a new character and go through these transformations. So I'm like, let me look at his chart. And I see he has Mars in Capricorn, right? So he has Mars in Capricorn. Now, off rip, he has Mars in Capricorn, and I forgot what important Pisces placements he had. So when we looking at Mars and off rip, Mars is already dealing with, you know, combat, competition, force, violence, right? And when we have the combination of that with Capricorn, we get the influences of war, right? Combat on more of an infrastructure level. So maybe companies at war on a business level, countries at war, whatever. And I'm like, okay, I see where that influence comes from. And then he had these Pisces influences, and Pisces rules everything dealing with the water, Navy SEALs. That's all Pisces shit. So I'm like, okay, I see how he had the influences to want to, you know, be a part of that. But I can see his potential with his Mars and Capricorn energy, you know, whether it's his determination to develop himself. When you hear people speak on Mars and Capricorn, is an exaltation, right? So they'll be like, these people are very passionate. These people are very devoted towards building a career, entrepreneurs, business oriented, you know, they could build big brands, you know. You'll hear all these energies of this stimulated Mars placement. But when I look at this person's perspective, which is an example of a lot of these Mars in Capricorn qualities, right? The positive potential qualities to manifest. I'm like, look what he had to experience to even develop, to get into the potential of those placements. So I say all of that to say, guys, we're always being developed. We're constantly being developed. All right. There's endless potential to reach with all of our tools and all of our energies. So the most wisest thing we have to do is embrace working over time, you know, because ain't nothing going to develop overnight. All right, guys. So that's what I got to say about that. Shout out to all the Mars and Capricorns in the building. All right. New inspiration for your ideas. Friction stemming from old situations not being resolved, right? So Mercury retrograde years by the new moon influence. So like I said, any real issues or relationships, anything you got going on, any real friction you're dealing with right now, maybe huge signs or things that you need to take care of now, so it don't prevent any blockages with the new foundation the new moon is trying to set in the house that you have it transiting. All right. So yep, it's gonna peak in a couple of hours. Okay, so let's get right into it. Like I'm guys, I promise y'all, I'm not gonna be dragging every sign. Like I'm about to run through these influences for y'all. All right, like I said, the moon about to peak, so I want everybody to go ahead and get into your energies, get settled, bask in it. You feel me? Pick up on that, and be able to soak up, digest the gems as the transit progresses. All right, so I'm gonna be going off of I'm going to be doing suns and rising signs. All right. So I'm going to be explaining influences as to, the house transits and also influences of the sun. Sometimes you could be an Aries sun. You could be an Aries sun and you'll pick up influences of what an Aries rising is experiencing and vice versa. You guys can interpret this from a whole house system perspective as well. So, I broke these down from a Placidus and a whole house system. So either way you can break it down, take it from this perspective. All right. And another thing is, if you have any placements within the first 3 degrees of a cardinal sign, so the first 3 degrees of Libra, first 3 degrees, we could say first 4 degrees of Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer, or the last 2 degrees of a mutable sign, Virgo, Pisces, Sag, and Gemini. So that would be 28, 29 into 0 of the end of a mutable sign. You guys are going to be picking up on strong influences around this time, especially if it's your sun and moon or your rising, or if it's a cardinal house cusp, like the 7th, 4th, or the 10th house cusp for real. But really like your sun, moon, rising, or if you have like significant placements around that area, you guys are going to be picking up on some of that. All right. So, all right, Aries, suns, and risings. So Aries, this energy is going to be transiting your 7th house. This energy is influencing your 7th house right now. All right. Now, Aries, you gotta understand right now, we in your opposite season. Does that mean you can't have a prosperous? You could listen. Just because you the opposite energy, you can have a better season than some Libras. You might have a better season than my black ass. Shit. Don't get it twisted. It's how you make it. Life is what you make it. Some opportunities might just fall on Libra's laps, on Aquarius laps, on Gemini's laps by default. It's up to them to take advantage of it, notice it, embrace it, and do what they do. But you might have a cardinal sign that's dealing with the friction, aka Aries, Cancer, Capricorn. They may be putting in more work than the Libra, than the Aquarius, than a sign that's harmonizing with the sun. So you end up progressing with certain things during this transit. All right. So I'm saying you're the opposite. So you're aware that you're going to deal with a certain friction. And Aries, we already know you the individual. Libra energy, sometimes that should work your motherfucking nerves. You can't stand can you go to the store with me, head ass nigga? You cannot stand can you show me, head ass nigga? Like, damn, I gotta go to the store with you all the time. I'm not hungry. Fuck. Aries can't stand them up, yo. Aries can't stand. I've been in situations where I've had Aries homies. I ain't gonna say situations, that's a lot. I just don't want to say who it is or whatnot. But I've had a close Aries homie, and they were dating somebody, and I had to tell the person they were dating, like, yo, listen, them wanting to be by themselves ain't got shit to do with you. That shit ain't got shit to do with you. Okay, you all right. All right. Trust me, there's some shit going on. You know. Let them be in their own motherfucking bag. You feel me? So listen, don't be the cardinal signs is Aggie right now. Capricorn, Aries, and Cancer placements is a little Aggie right now. So watch how you deal with them, because they not playing with nobody right now. I'm telling you, when you got that extra friction, you don't got time for people bullshit. So don't be fucking around with no cardinal sign right now. I'm just letting y'all know. All right. But Aries Suns, we got the seventh house is lit up right now. You know, we got these energies transiting your seventh house. So right now, Aries, it's just important to understand, just by default, is going to be a lot of possibly situations where you're going to have to deal with more compromise and seeing things from another perspective around this time. All right. And it doesn't have to be anything intense or extreme. And a lot of situations can be in your own benefit. It may be something that you're seeing in an individual way when it comes to one of your own personal goals and aspirations. So it's cool. It's something that you're doing. So you have the right to chase your goal the way you want to chase it, right? To build your dream the way you want to build it. But you don't want to be too stubborn to opportunities, gaining help, working with others, networking, you know, learning how to do something from somebody else. You don't want to block those opportunities right now. All right. And I'm a stubborn motherfucker myself, right? I'm a Libra with a whole bunch of Mars energy. So I know what that Mars stubbornness feel like. I know what it is having strong Mars influences and seeing shit your own way. And then a couple of years later, months later, weeks later, you like, goddamn, I should have listened to that motherfucker. I dead ass thought my way was the way to go. Like, they was dead ass right. And I dead ass did not think they was right at that time. But Mars not gonna admit that shit though. Aries, Scorpios, y'all not gonna admit that though. I'm gonna keep that shit to yourself. You got an Aries Scorpio apologizing to you about some shit. Oh yeah. Yeah, you caught them in a vulnerable space. They really fuck with you. They really want whatever y'all got going on to work. For real. But new or past relationship opportunities reoccurring, all right, whether it's business related or an intimate situation. All right, like I said, especially for you. We may be dealing with that in a general sense, but Aries Suns is Aries risings, especially for y'all, because you have that seventh house influences. So situations that need resolving your relationships, there's good, most likely potential to find resolving them situations around this time. New relationship opportunities. The seventh house lit up. So it may not be while the moon is transiting the seventh house, but the moon's foundation is starting in your seventh house. So as the moon transits to a full moon, which is going to be a full moon in Aries, but from that time, from now to the full moon in Aries, this is going to be a lot of space, a lot of potential to create fruitful relationships, to expand that seventh house. What is it? Intimate way? Like I said, business related. The seventh house goes deep when we talk about relationships. All right. So that's important to understand there, Aries, Suns and risings, new collaborative opportunities, advice with personal pursuits. Like I said, challenges with compromising and stubbornness around the time. Try your best to be open. You do not want to deal with the regret of not realizing you was getting the information that you needed around retrograde season. And where's your ruler at right now, Aries? Is in Gemini, one of the most informative, informational, intellectual, smart, knowing everybody in the head ass in the world, sign. All right. So when it just comes to the things that you're intentional about, that you have passions, that you want to accomplish, that you want to take care of, you're in a space right now to gain a lot of information and guidance around it. All right. So this is why I'm emphasizing these things. And Mars and Gemini is harmonizing with Saturn. So opportunities for structure in your relationships. We know Saturn brings more of a business influence into things, right? So it's a time that there could be some resources exchange in some type of shape or form. And there's some relationship opportunities that you're going to have to learn how to take it a day at a time with right now as well. Saturn's influencing that with you right now as well. Taking your time building up the potential for certain relationships or partnerships that you may be dealing with right now. You know, Sometimes the Aries be like, yeah, y'all be working with people. Y'all be like, all right, man, y'all gotta speed this shit up. Like, how long this shit gonna take? This, that, and the third. Damn. Let's go. Let's just go rob the niggas now. Why we gotta stake out and watch what they move in they schedule for a couple of weeks? Why we gotta just go? Let's go beat the nigga ass and just take the shit. Why we gotta be all incognito and shit? I ain't never liked watching James Brown anyways. Shit. All that low key shit. Aries be the type of motherfuckers do some shit that they could have been secretive with, but do it in a way that motherfucker know it was their ass. Aries be like, I don't want nobody. I don't want that motherfucker thinking nobody else shot them but me. I ain't hiding behind shit. So Aries, can we not let pride kill shit right now? Okay. A lot of Aries gonna be the reasons Libras finally. A lot of Aries about to be the reason these next 30 days, these next 28 days, a lot of Libras start standing up for themselves. It be Aries that be helping that shit for Libras. Libra just come in contact with the Aries that don't give a fuck about nobody. And then a Libra just really start processing like, damn, there's really people in the world like that. There's really people in the world that just be on their own shit on their own timing. Is that why I be going through some bullshit? Do I need to do that shit some more? That shit, that light bulb go off for motherfucking Libra. So listen, everybody's needed. We learn from each other. All right? It takes a village, y'all. It takes a village. But so yeah, it's important to know that you're in that space to gain a lot of guidance and information with things right now. With the ruler being around all these Mercury influences and whatnot. And yeah, that harmonizing with Saturn, right? Slight friction with Venus squaring in Virgo. Be careful, Aries, not being too forceful, trying to force your way of fixing things in relationships right now. All right. And is also squaring Neptune in Pisces. So if you want to make something work within a partnership space, or even within something dealing with a personal pursuit, personal aspiration right now, Aries, it's gonna take some belief right now. Like it's gonna take a leap of faith right now. And you be in that leap of faith energy. You be ready to jump. You already be ready to jump. You feel me? So that shit ain't really mean shit to you, me saying that. You like, leap of faith, nigga? My life is a leap of faith. I am a risk. Nigga asked me, do I take risk? Nigga, I am a risk. What is you talking about? So that ain't really saying shit to Aries. But but that energy with the ruler opposite Pisces right now, this is another energy that's emphasizing that you may need to learn how to be more open for help or being more understanding, dealing with connection with others. All right. But seventh house is stimulated nonetheless. New foundation being created amongst relationships in your life. Let's just hope we got some fruitful people walking into your space around this time. And the more that you stick to more positive principles in your relationships, you know, and be one with your intuition, you're gonna create portals to attract, you know, people that you're more like-minded with up in that seventh house. All right. So that's what we got going on. Aries suns, Aries risings, Taurus suns, Taurus risings. All right. Taurus risings, we got this energy all up in the sixth house right now. So off the rip, you know, sixth house, we're dealing with routine, schedule, workplace, wellness. All right. So off rip, new moon up in the earth house, we already seeing natural opportunities or potential to make progression within the career space, building stability, things to help you feel more stable, you know, either realizing or coming to more of an understanding how you could utilize some resources in your life. Specifically, when we're looking at that sixth house, Taurus suns, Taurus rises, y'all more in the self-care space right now. Y'all more in the real, that's you, anybody that's been leaning on you a little too heavy right now, that shit, you sensitive as a motherfucker to that shit right now. Taurus suns, Taurus rises. So self-care, your wellness, your mental health, that's the priority for y'all right now. That's a big priority for y'all right now. That's why a lot of y'all got some low ass tolerance for relationship issues right now. And y'all may be dealing with a little bit of frustration finding a balance between relationship situations and like scheduling, career, or whatnot. So this is a great time to find resolve with any of them issues, especially with your ruler being in a comfortable space. Well, not right now, but soon to be, is about to be in Libra. Venus about to be in Libra, but Venus in Virgo around the rest of the energies right now, Taurus, it's just important not to be too overly critical of things within relationships right now, because just with the energies you're dealing with is just LB ski. What's going on, LB ski? What's going on, everybody that's up in the chat that I didn't get a chance to say was shaking to? Empress Akira, what's going on? Cynthia, our way. Soulful Connection. I know Soulful Connection. Yeah, I miss Soulful Connections. I know Soulful Connections in the building. But the reason I'm telling Taurus and Taurus risings to be easy with the relationships right now is because I know how much of a low tolerance you have for people disturbing what you're trying to build and what you're trying to stabilize. You know, Taurus bring a very serious approach when they deal with creating or building. If you know a Taurus, you know, if it ain't no lazy Taurus, is a real get into the bag hustling Taurus. Feel me? I'm finna get up to feed the whole family. Taurus head of ass. You know how serious they approach be when it comes to something building. They ain't really trying to waste no time, waste resources. It's fixed energy. If they're trying to do something, anytime a fixed sign creates something, they spend mad time in the creation process because they not creating it to be changing that bitch all the time. They creating that shit to stay concentrated and fixed on it. So that's why the creation process for a fixed sign could take a little minute. That's where we help. That's where we come and help a little bit for the fixed signs at times, the cardinal signs. And they do the opposite for us a lot of the time, you know. A lot of cardinal signs, we just stay in. There's somewhat of a myth that like cardinal signs, we start shit all the time and we don't ever finish it. It ain't really about not finishing things or completing things. It's just that we just stay creating, just stay starting some new shit, because cardinal is the birth energy. So you might catch that influence a lot of the time to feel like you need to usher something new into your life and forget how many other projects are incompleted. Your ass is just mad passionate, creating new things, starting new things, seeing the potential of like, if I start now, imagine in a year, imagine this and that third, what I create, what I'll be. Like, motherfucker, what happened to the last motherfucker 10 projects? You was passionate as hell starting this shit too. Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, Aries. So cardinal signs, y'all gonna have to hold it down. Y'all gonna have to hold it down this season. But so yeah, Taurus, that's self-care, wellness, high priority right now. Earth house influence. So past creative and work opportunities are reoccurring. So it may be a creative endeavor that you were invested in the past and you pushed it into the back burner that's coming back into play, or simply opportunities in the workspace, whether it's related around like promotions, or you finding clarity and seeing how you can, transcend in your career space, or start a new venture, branch off, add on to what you're building. So a lot of those energies right now, and a lot of it may come in the form of you understanding how to schedule something, or how to format something, or developing a new system as to how you're going to work on something right now. The sixth house is the system, it is the formula. You have the dream, or what you value, the talent, your gift. Then you got the formula about how you work in it. So you could be the best rapper in the world. You have to put in some work, have some type of routine, some pattern, some way of structuring something so we know. What's the point of you being the best rapper in the world if you don't know how to market? So you know, advertise. The only niggas on your block though. You know how to market, so advertise yourself. You ain't got no schedule. Where your manager at? Where your PR? You feel me? So like all those type of things, getting more efficient with the things that you're building around this time, Taurus. Just be easy. Don't be cussing people out and shit and all that right now. I just know the tolerance low with people right now. All right. But it's going to be a lot of situations. You used to do your homegirl hair. You used to do your homegirl makeup. You feel me? they was paying you for the shit, whatever. Then you started doing some other shit because you felt like that shit wasn't that stable at the moment or whatnot. But you had more opportunities to do it. You just was like, you was brushing it off like, nah, I just be doing it like, I just be doing it for my homegirls, my close homegirls and whatnot. Man, around this time, motherfuckers might be hitting you up right now like, yo, I need you to pull up. We having this big party. I need you to do like 10 girls' faces, makeup, this, that, and the third. Like influencers are like this around this time. Taurus suns, Taurus risings. Anything where your resources, your ability to do something is needed around this time, it's gonna be a huge sign of something that needs to be reinvested in, something that you need to monetize. I think I wrote that down. That y'all in the space of monetizing talents right now. Okay, I think I wrote that down for whoever's in the second house, which would be Virgo, I believe. But yeah, that's a huge influence for Tauruses right now. Motherfucker need you to do something right now. It's like, nah, that's it. I'm putting a price on this shit. Let me really market this shit, advertise and see where it go. Let me really put a campaign behind this shit and see where it go. Yes, mad people been hitting me up for readings. Man, listen. I'm telling you, all right. That it's gonna be situations like that that's gonna be influencing you to be like, all right, now let me really get my reading list together, my website, this, that, and the third. Like this is what you're gonna be experiencing as a Taurus sun, Taurus rising. This is what you're gonna be experiencing as this phase goes on with the moon going to the full moon in Aries. You're gonna be developing that system for a more efficient way to do that, to provide that service. We know sixth house, we got acts of service here. So we're finding how we're able to service things, our products, our brands, all of that. All right. And recognizing imbalances in relationships. The ruler is by Mercury retrograde, right? Which is influencing Libra energies. So Libra is the other side of Venus. So, once again, Taurus, they're the ones that know how to like put themselves in a space to, well, I can't really say that. Venus energy, you a Libra Taurus, you're gonna receive Venus energy in some type of shape or form, but it's Earth, so they're the receivers. They like to develop a space to develop a comfort zone with somebody or in their environment, or have the things in their environment that make them comfortable or whatnot. Libra is air with the Venus influence, so it may not come down to possessions as much, even though Libras can be superficial amongst materialistic things, just like a Taurus can be, but it's air, so that comfort zone may be filtered through relationships. Now, through a person, maybe a person, more potential for that comfort zone or that Venus energy to be fulfilled through a person for a Libra. Taurus, it might be a meal, it might be a check, but obviously it's Venus energy, so some form of connection too. But it's just the masculine versus the feminine side of Venus. But with all that being said, with Venus getting closer, touching up to that Libra energy, Tauruses, you may feel the need to feel like you have to be more communicative and expressive of how you feel, or your thoughts about how you're valued or appreciated within a situation, relationship, environment. All right. So you might have to jump into a little communication energy with that, especially facts, especially with Mercury by Venus right now. All right. Alien Moon Mom, hey boy, Libra around 17 degrees. So glad to catch a new video. I'm glad you're here too. We lit. All right. So once again, shout out to all the Libras in the building. Happy solar return to y'all. You feel me? Shout out to my kinfolk. But yes, this is what we got going on for my Taurus Sun, 6th house. A lot of activity among your value and sense of self-worth right now, Venus. A lot of questions and thoughts around these things, but definitely a strong positive approach. That's what we want to lean on right now. We're going to question everything we do. We're always going to question and overthink. Like, we all overthink. I mean, some signs deal with the mental body and left brain a little bit more than others, but when it comes to anything that you're passionate about creating, manifesting, there's always going to be times of doubts, overthinking. That shit is inevitable. Michael Jackson, I didn't see interviews of Michael Jackson critiquing the fuck out of his own shit on some other shit. So that's inevitable. We're always going to do that. But when we're in a state of not doing anything to make progression with these things, not keeping things in motion, not working through things, not having any system to have positive reaffirmation in what we're doing, you know, that's what we need to make sure we incorporate whenever we're dealing with anything we want to create and build. Because you have to know that. You have to know you could be as passionate as for anything in the world, you know, and off rip, once you think and imagine it, is done. It's created in the astral realm. You feel me? Now you just have to put in the time in the earth realm to cultivate it, you know, because we're dealing with time here. However, with anything that you're passionate about creating, you know, bringing to life, you have to know. It don't matter. I don't care what it is. I don't care what it is. Relationship potential, business potential. I don't care what it is. There's going to be some bumps in that shit. That shit is not going to be a smooth ride. All right. So what system is in place for that time when that time comes? All right. You gotta be able to remember your why. Got to be able to remember your why. All right. So I think that's just something. I want my Taurus, everybody, but especially my Taurus suns and risings to understand right now. All right. Mercury retrograde can have a lot of thoughts surrounding things revolving around your gifts and talents right now. But take note to all the replays you're manifesting with people that were reminding you, and all the compliments or all the times, you know, all the fruitful times you had exercising your gift, your talent, something you're experienced with, you're skilled with around this time. So with this new moon energy, you want to ride that positive vibration and put that into a new schedule, put that into a new system, put that gift or talent into a whole new format now. You feel me? So it's like, okay, I was just singing outside of my house and people were complimenting me. And I was just singing on the corner. I'm about to make a track. I'm about to put a real track out now. Like, you know, advancing what you're doing with your gifts and your talents in a more efficient way. All right. So, and especially things revolving around finances as well. All right. Moons can pick up on some of these influences as well. You can pick up on some of these influences as well. All right. Gemini suns. All right. Gemini suns, Gemini risings. All right. So Gemini, you got this energy. First of all, Gemini is air sign. You feel me? So it's already, you feel me? You up in the club right now with Libra. You feel me? Libra, your cousin. You feel me? Go. Sorry. It's your birthday. I like it's a, you gonna drink like so you up in the section with Libra right now. You feel me? I'm getting a lap dance and shit right now. Like, you pass that shit. You feel me? Free drinks. Gemini, you up in there too for the free right now, though. You up because you the homie. So you up in there for the free. So Gemini, you low key, you in the mix right now. Gemini a little mixy right now. And Mars is up in Gemini. So they ass ain't really got, they ass a little bit more spontaneous, a little bit more I can't even say a little bit more spontaneous. Y'all asses are spontaneous already. But y'all active, though. Mars just make you active. All right? So Geminis ain't playing around with nobody right now. Shout out to all the Geminis in the building. So Gemini suns and Gemini rises. Right now, the 5th house influences are lit up at the moment. All right? So it could be a lot of activity with family, your inner circle, loved ones. All right? Could be a lot of activity around this area right now. New moon transiting the 5th house screams. I'm investing into the things that make me feel more lively. Obviously, things lively / fun, right? But childlike activity. We can't forget that the 5th house deals with that creation energy, that childlike energy. So the moon transiting in the 5th house, you're feeling that you have to respond to this area right now. So all in this Libra here. So it may be a lot of collaborative, creative opportunities that you, or situations you are dealing with in the past that are reoccurring. Libra in the fifth house, a lot of you may attract a lot of experiences, collaborating with others, expanding expanding your relationships within a creative industry or something, based off of one person you meet and being able to develop a lot of relationships. Air could just create the potential to, connect to a lot of people in the space that it's in. But the fifth house is somewhat of a social space already. So, Libra there, you just have to be wise, especially if you have who we talking about, Gemini. So yeah, you are air placement. So yeah, you have to be wise here. Especially if you got planets in Libra as a Gemini sun, that you're not always trying to, that there's times you're able to read the balance as to when to take some initiative as to things you want to do personally on a creative level. All right. But with all that being said, it's a lot of activity dealing with things that make you feel fulfilled, more lively within a creative sense. Okay. And then creative projects come reoccurring, feeling the need to get back in touch with a creative pursuit. So it may be something that you deal with in the past, back itches, something you deal with in the past on a creative level, and you've been out of whack with it. So it ain't really nothing. It ain't really, you can't even really think about right now why you stop fucking with it. You can't even think why you stop vlogging. Why you start going to this paint class that you go to or whatever. Anything that has you more in touch with your creative side, you may be feeling huge influences of getting back in touch with these things. All right. Okay. A relation will be felt. Okay. Yeah. So the liveliness of your relationships are going to be felt intensely right now, because the fifth house has a very high temperament. Is a firehouse. But we're dealing with, more of the passionate sense of romance and relationships. It kind of got a sense of intimacy here, right? And we're dealing with influences revolving around expression. So when it comes to any relationship influences with the moon here, you may be in a state where you feel like you need something out the relationship to feel more fulfilled or for it to feel more lively. This is another placement where I said that you may be feeling, it may be the medium. It may be hard to feel to be in the middle. Is either you're feeling real positive about the direction, excited about the potential with something dealing with the relationship or whatnot, or a situation with you dealing with somebody, connecting with somebody, or you feeling a lack of, you like, damn, what the fun, what the passion. Am I gonna always take responsibility to bring the spice and the passion in this motherfucker? Gemini sons low key don't. The Gemini sons, y'all low key will take that responsibility too, though. Like this motherfucker I'm fucking with right now, boring, but I'm gonna spice their ass up. Don't worry, it's just about 6 more months. Spice their ass up. Yeah, there's a whole lot of shit she said she ain't never do before. Don't worry, she's fucking with the big dog now. She got a Gemini now. She's finna learn some things. So Gemini, they gonna love to jump into teacher mode. All right. But it's just important to understand that these things will be picked up in relationships. Also, a lot of opportunity for resolve within relationships right now as well, just with the air energies swimming in the air. Now, you may have been dealing with some intense energies in relationships lately, Gemini. Once again, Mars is in Gemini right now. Some motherfuckers might be aggressive with you, forceful with you right now. You feel pushed into situations to having to be a little bit more forceful, aggressive with motherfuckers lately. All right. Any friction in situations with close relationships, intimate relationships, this is a time where you could build some understanding, some resolve around this time, Gemini. All right. But yes, a very interactive and sociable time nonetheless. All right. And it's important right now that with these energies transiting your fifth house, it's important understanding how the people that you're around affect your vibe right now, Gemini, because you are very lighthearted. Pretty much a lot of y'all, majority of y'all are very lighthearted people, and y'all are more open into connecting with others. And so you have to be careful as to, people that have different creative pursuits or are into different things that don't correlate with what you're feeling excited to do around this time in your life. You have to be conscious about that and not just be so open to just share your space and time with anybody just because around this time. You want to be a little bit more conscious about trying to get around tribe. Surround yourself with people who correlate to the way you think about things or a lot of the pursuits you have around this time, around fifth house things. But yes, and I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if a lot of y'all are in between a lot of things dealing with family, loved ones. If you got children, maybe caught up doing things with your children got some responsibility you got to take care of right now. So the new moon overall starting a new foundation here, and maybe new creative relationships to develop during this phase, moving up into the full moon as well. All right. And Mercury, your ruler is retrograde right now, so is more of an influence of things in the past that you were creatively invested into coming back into play around this time right now. And it may be real evident. It may be somebody very like people really communicating it to you, highlighting that you need to get back into it. May be real verbal right now because the sun and moon and Venus is all over Mercury right now. So there's a lot of activity there. So it ain't gonna really be anything settled. All right. So that's what we got going on. Gemini, what time is it for? All right. Let me get through my bullets. Yeah, I just want y'all to digest it. Don't really need too much side talk. Just want y'all to get the influences. Cancer sun, Cancer rising. All right. Fourth house energies are stimulated and influenced from my beloved Cancers. All right. Doing what makes you feel fulfilled. So right now, y'all already move with the heart chakra. Y'all ruled by the moon, cardinal water. We finna create the vibe, you feel me? We finna influence others with the vibe, you feel me? Whether you want to be influenced, whether you want to feel this shit or not, I'm a Cancer. You're gonna feel the shit I bring. You feel me? And then there's a strong reactionary sense here. So when it's something that rubs the emotions, either positively or negatively, I acknowledge that shit. All right. And right now, when I say doing what makes you feel fulfilled, is more of an emphasis of your natural energy, Cancer risings, with the fourth house energy being stimulated. Now, Libra's in the fourth house, so this is a very important house for Cancer risings. This is why with Libra here, a lot of you guys may have to take responsibility to build relationships or build some sense of understanding or compromise in the home. Seeking connection and understanding, maybe a desire, maybe a strong pursuit of something in the home environment. And you may naturally have an example of that. You may have that there with Libra there. If the relationship may go through extremes though, because you're a Cancer rising, and your Cancer personality is naturally going to clash with Libra fundamentals in the fourth house, because there's going to be times you may love your mother to death. You may have a relationship with your father like this, but maybe times your Cancer personality, aka your moon highly invested into your own personal shit, gets in the way of what connection and understanding and compromising is in the home. All right. So that could manifest from micro to macro situations. But with all that being said, the new moon is transiting here. So situations in the home, family environment with loved ones, is a new foundation being set here. Things that you want resetted within your your close environment, your home space, what's heavy on the emotions. The new moon is providing all type of new solutions and resolutions here. It may actually be some new opportunities y'all are actually having within things within the home. It may be a lot of rearranging with things in the home and new opportunities to fix, build, and things revolving around where your comfort zone is at now, physically and internally. Now, y'all may be real critical in relationships, especially around loved ones, relationships in the home environment right now, because y'all are highly invested. The new moon transit in the fourth house. Whatever is in the fourth house that we don't want in the fourth house, you guys are strong to react to it right now. But the moon, right, your ruler, got Mercury retrograde on top of it. So there's a lot of analyzation, a lot of different thoughts that's going into how you feel about relationships you really care about, at the moment. And the sun and Venus is there. So, you making decisions as to how you're going to deal with people in your life right now, you may not really be that up in the air with it right now. You know, Mercury retrograde make things a little fuzzy, but that sun being next to the moon is going to give it that clarity for you to feel like, okay, I ain't gonna waste my time with this relation. I ain't gonna waste my time with this person. This person is appreciative here. Okay, I need to tend to this situation, this relationship in this way, be more patient with this situation. So anything dealing with how you manage or pace how you connect with others in your relationships, especially in the home environment, parents, mothers, your children, your father, you know, these are things that you want to be open to during this new phase. All right. But Libra in the fourth house, you definitely finna have a low tolerance for how motherfuckers disturb your fourth house, though. There's definitely gonna be a time where you a Cancer rising, so if this energy is squaring your first house, so there's gonna be a lot of times right now you maybe want to be in your own bubble during Libra season. It's gonna be one of your naggy ass friends. It's gonna be your siblings. Somebody's gonna be annoying around this time. All right, just make sure you don't flip on nobody, Cancer. Just warm up your leftovers and go back. Just warm up your leftovers and go back Netflix and chill until you go to sleep, man. Don't be cussing out everybody in the house. But other than that, you know, these are things you're gonna want to understand between that first fourth house connection, influences with that moon, seeing the imbalances between career pursuits and the people around you. So yes, this is also going to be a time where, because why do I say that? Because Cancer is in the fourth. Jupiter is in Jupiter's in your 10th. Jupiter's in your 10th house, Cancer risings. All right. So these energies in your fourth house is hitting that Jupiter in the 10th house. So it may be a time right now where you're finding balance between family responsibilities correlating to the home, loved ones, and separating that with your intuition and pursuits in the 10th house right now. You have Jupiter transiting the 10th house right now. So you're supposed to be exploring your 10th house. You're supposed to be active, experimenting, building things in your 10th house, bringing expansion to your 10th house. Even if you're making mistakes and you don't know what you're doing, you need to be active in that house right now because there's so much to learn and gain. So this is something to keep in mind right now. If there's any clashes between what loved ones, parents, family members want for you, but you got a burning desire, passion to experience, learn, pursue something in your 10th house, and you dealing with, them feeling away because you doing your own thing. This, that, like y'all ain't got time for that right now, Cancers. Y'all ain't got time for that right now, Cancer Sun, Cancer Rising. Got the moon change in the fourth house. Y'all trying to find y'all comfort zone right now. Y'all trying to find, y'all trying to find some balance between y'all relationships. You feel me? Trying to realize like, okay, I am a little bit too much my emotion. All right, I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead. My bad. Y'all may have to do a lot of that shit right now, Cancer. Y'all may have to do a lot of that right now. All right. But when it comes into them career pursuits, Cancer Suns, Cancer Rise, when it comes to anything you want to build and structure in your reality, and it's correlating to how you brand yourself, things, business, stability, career, anything that you want to apply to, be a part of. If it's correlating around 10th house energies, these are things you're supposed to be jumping into and taking leaps of faith with right now. All right. Make all the mistakes there is to make. When Jupiter's transiting something, that's the cheat code right there. You feel me? Wherever Jupiter's transit, you mistake galore. It don't matter what you know, what you know or don't know about how to do things in the houses. You just need to be active, because by the time Jupiter get out that motherfucker, you're gonna be Mr. Miyagi in the house. You're gonna be Dr. Umar in the house. You're gonna be Marcus Garvey in that house. You're gonna be having Malcolm X type interview responses for questions for that house. Jupiter finna expand some shit, but you got to go through the experience. You got to explore what it's trying to get you to explore. So that's what we got going on. Cancer Sun, Cancer Risings. All right. Leo Suns, Leo Risings. All right. We got 70 people in the building. All right. It's really Libra season. We really in the building, y'all. This is the most we've ever had. We breaking numbers during Libra season, new moon vibes on the live stream and all that. So shout out to once again, shout out to everybody in the building. Shout out to all my Libras in the building. Happy new moon, everybody. Let's really wrap this up. Leo, don't get mad at me if you feel like your shit quick a little bit right now. All right, you know how y'all get now. Motherfuckers start sending you personal emails and shit as a Leo. Like, hey, bro, I ain't gonna lie. You be doing your thing, man. You know, I like tuning into your lives and shit, but gonna need you to extend the time on them Leo breakdowns a little bit, man, you know. It's just, you know, we rule by the sun, so it just, you know, it's only right. You know, I don't want to make this a consistent problem. You know, I just gotta let you know, brother, man. All right. I like what you're doing, man, you know. Just gotta make sure me and my partners get our just due. All right, let me stop. I be going to character like a motherfucker. All right. Leo suns, Leo risings. Y'all's in some energies right now. Y'all's, I like that word right there. Y'all's is in some energies right now. Motherfucker combined y'all and is. Y'all's is in some energies right now. Leos. Y'all got a nice little sextile energy going on with the Libra energies. Then y'all got the new moon transit in the third house influences. So y'all definitely caught up. Got me feeling, girl. Don't know what it is. Y'all definitely caught up on some relationship right there. Y'all dealing with a whole bunch of air right now, Leos. So a lot of y'all right now, I already know a lot of y'all is just, you know, social life real active, or y'all might not be fucking with nobody right now. A lot of y'all may just really not be fucking with nobody because y'all just, it's a little bit of a defense mechanism from feeling so overwhelmed. And but the moment y'all want to go do some shit, y'all already got a bunch of people knocking on your door, texting y'all right now. It's a real sociable time for y'all right now. You know, the third house is dealing with, you know, your surroundings, siblings, close relationships. It's an air house dealing with relationships overall, you know, knowledge, your you know, things that are familiar to you, you know, how you communicate with others, you know, roommates or anything that's in your surroundings, neighborhood. So the new moon is transiting here. And I can see you guys gaining a lot of information right now to help y'all with some projects. You know, the third house has a way of channeling messages, information, sending signals and shit. So when you got the new moon transiting here, and especially Libra, there's a huge potential to gain, you know, some great advice for things to help you out with personal pursuits right now, personal aspirations, because the first house, you know, new moon transit, third house is harmonizing with the first house, harmonizing with your sun right now, Leo. All right. So that's going to be something that you want to be open towards. And, you know, it may be something right now, Leo, that you're already familiar with, that you probably didn't even think it's something that you could use, a tool or a piece of knowledge or information that you felt like it's something that can help you build something or create something. Like I said, the third house is what's already familiar to you, things you already know, you know, you're already used to dealing with. So the new moon can be resparking information or a form of information or advice that you haven't utilized for something yet. All right. So any strong intuition towards those type of things are very important. Overall, creative and collaborative efforts within a relationship, within your relationships, a lot of these opportunities may come back to play. New moon in the third house. It may be certain things that you pick up about your surroundings right now that you may feel the need to work towards changing during the course of Libra season, because you know we still got Pluto energies influencing this the new moon. So we may feel like we're in a space of feeling like we got the power to bring transformation to where we're setting a new foundation at right now. So a lot of y'all is learning to actually, a lot of Leos right now, relationship changes. People, I feel like a lot with this energy, like a lot of people probably dating Leos and expecting them probably be way more dramatic or in their feelings about something relationship, and Leo just moving on, like Leo just doing their thing. Like, all right, like it's way too much social energy or activity or things going on, or energies that I'd like to participate with the air and relate to others, relate my creativity with others to be caught up in this one situation, one relationship. And fire energy already be ready to go. That's another thing about y'all. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, y'all motherfuckers stay out of relationship on some pride shit. Like motherfucker broke up with me, relationship fizzled out or whatever. Fire signs don't be trying to go back to shit sometimes. It's like, man, I love that motherfucker. That shit wasn't that serious, but I can't go back now. I can't go back. Look at me, look weak. I can't go back. Fire be too much in the present. When you fucking with a fire sign, if you was like fucking with them, y'all had something good going on, and you started playing games when y'all shit ended, and you thought you could get back in there. Like the Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, they way too. Unless what y'all really had was some shit, some real karmic, some real soul penetrating type shit. I still feel you, think about you when I sleep, you ain't around type shit. Like if your souls and spirits ain't touched like that yet, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you tell you. So they fire signs do not like going back into the past to revisit shit. That ass. So that's a gem to take for fire signs. That's a gem right now for fire signs to keep in mind with anything that's reoccurring from the past. Anything reoccurring from the past is something that's most likely that need to be dealt with, something that needs resolved. So try to stay patient dealing with those things around these times. Fire signs, especially Aries, more than Sagittarius, Leos. What if you took my virginity? I don't I don't know what that's a response to. But back to these energies. All right. Refining education matters. That's another important theme for my Leos around this time. Maybe a certain course, maybe something dealing with some information to gain, and maybe some credentials to that you need to gain to pursue something that you want to create, right? Maybe like a course, you need to finish this course in order to start this. You need to do this to get this license to start this. And maybe a lot of that type of energy going on right now with your third house activity. All right. Or like I said, also using past knowledge information to help you utilize, some type of venture you may be dealing with right now. All right. But a lot of this energy may come through the support of friends, people in your surroundings. A lot of energies may be helped and supported out of this house. But a lot of y'all may already be scheming with close friends on you on certain creative efforts around this time already. A lot of y'all may have already be scheming on some of that shit right now in collaborative efforts. You feel me? Leos like scheming with a tight circle a lot of times. Sometimes they be looking like they roll with a lot of people, but sometimes Leo don't even fuck with all the people that they may not probably that sunlight could just attract a lot of motherfuckers. Sometimes Leo just may have to be like may have to just let shit rock. The motherfucker just be around so much energy. You can't be checking everything. But those are the main influences for Leo and that sun, this nice sextile energy y'all dealing with transiting y'all third house. All right. Now, Virgo sun, Virgo risings. The second house is stimulated. We know the second house is dealing with our value system, self-worth, traditions, family. We got some family traditions, culture in here. Your gifts. AKA, things that you do well. You do well more than the average person naturally by default. No working at it, right? So your gifts, your talents, creative pursuit, self-esteem, self-worth, all second house energies. And we got the new moon transit here. The moon loves the second house. It loves being here because it gets to connect to the things that make it feel good about itself, right? It gets more in touch with the things. So if it's something that you're talented with or whatnot, this transit reaffirms these things, right? This transit helps you to step into your shoes and look in the mirror and know you that motherfucker when it comes into that thing that you talented with or with that thing that you believe you possess, right? Whether it's a gift, creative attribute, or whatnot. So the moon stimulates that here. It nurtures that here. All right. And then when it comes into anything that affects this self-esteem, your self-worth, in any negative level, the moon makes that priority here as well. Excuse me, y'all, if I'm stuttering a little bit, this, that, and the third. I'm a little tired. I've been cranking some hours last night. All right. Brother ain't really getting no rest. This is all these Libra energies got motherfuckers stimulated this shit right now. Like I said, shout out to the air signs. We need to sit the fuck down right now. All right, the season just started. But yeah, when it comes into those second house energies with the new moon there, like I was just saying, it's easy to have self doubts and deal with insecurities about things that we're actually good with, right? Things that we already been complimented with, we got experience with. It happens, right? But the moon makes it a priority to acknowledge that shit here, like know who you are here, know yourself here, and refine your values here. So negative things that impact any growth to be developed from a stability point of view or with building things that you value, these things are highlighted around the new moon. So any friction you dealing with around this time may be because you've been valuing a negative person, placing a thing right now, Virgo. So it's just important to point that out. But definitely a new inspiration with your self-worth, a talent or gift that you may have. You guys are definitely in the state of monetizing your talents. So just like how I was saying, Taurus, people may be calling Taurus line right now to see what to utilize Taurus for something that they could do they're good with right now. Virgos, y'all in that energy too right now. So y'all definitely on some like I'm gonna put a price on my shit type of energy right now. All right. And or realizing how the things that you're able to use as a service or use to help others, how you can actually use that as some type of foundation to build something. The second house is going to stimulate you to make something be something that could provide some stability, and it's not just something you giving out, right? Or it's going to manifest situations for that. Excuse me. It's going to manifest situations for that. So, you just throwing your value out or investing more into your value or having more of an approach towards how you're going to cultivate your value connected to others creates opportunities in its own. All right. Now, more critical of your relationships from a value perspective. Right. So this is a time right now where you're going to see if the people that you're surrounded with or you're dealing with right now, Virgo, value the shit you value. Or not value the shit that you value. If they're supportive, if they're at least supportive of the things that you value, if they're attentive to the things that you value, So if I had a girlfriend and she's a fucking, I don't know, what's something that a girl could be, I don't know, it's something that she's passionate about, but I don't care about it. I like, we could go to say I low key can't stand it. It's something that's very boring or whatnot, but she's so passionate about it. I don't gotta like that shit. That's what she do. But you feel me? If I'm her man, then I can find ways, to help her build her dream up. All right, which is really which is really the natural vibration you should be in your relationships, and that shows you how you're in a healthy state when you're effortlessly selfless towards helping the development of your partner. That is probably the most healthiest state a relationship can be in, right? But with all that being said, I don't have to care about what she got going on. I don't have to like fake like I'm so thrilled or like what she got going on as much. No, but I could find my ways to be supportive, this, that, and the third. So there's a lot of them situations going on with Virgo, with you right now, Virgo, where you're gonna, peep game like, damn, okay, like I don't expect this person to be this, that, and the third, or be as thrilled or be into the shit I'm into, but I'm seeing like if they really say they fuck with me, damn, I'm saying, do you at least like, can you at least, be supportive or encouraging about some shit in some type of shape or form? So Virgo, that's just something I'll point out. Your ruler, Mercury is retrograde right next to Venus in your sign right now. So you've kind of been doing this already. So right now you might just be putting finishing touches on these energies to start a new chapter of foundation in your life. So shit, now that I'm thinking about it, actually, as I'm actually reading the energies to y'all, yeah, Virgo, any type of relationship circumstances that you've been dealing with recently, Virgo, if you've been dealing with them recently, Virgo, any influences you feeling right now in order to fall back from that situation because if you feel like it's going to help you to support a new foundation, you're going to have to exercise that in some type of shape or form. Like, once again, make a motherfucker show some effort to show you why you should continue to value the potential of that relationship or that situation. So that's very important. Like I said, self-worth, your self-esteem, your well-being, that's huge right now. By default, you are an example of wellness and being attentive to your wellness by default. But we got in the second house, we correlate, we mix them influences up with your value system. So you're seeing all of that through people, places, and things right now, noticing that about yourself as well when it comes to how you feel about yourself and how we can utilize these gifts and talents to create some more stability here. All right, reanalyzing where you're loved and where you're appreciated, and rulers retrograde by Venus. So yeah, you don't have to question the love or where you value right now. The intuition is going to be very strong, Virgo. It's going to be very strong. It's going to be very evident. All right. Now, Libra sun, Libra rising. All right. So Libra, obviously, strong influences for y'all, stars of the show. So a lot of self-reflection type of energy, right? A lot of self-reflection type of energy. And maybe a lot of things, because once again, obviously we can say there's going to be a lot of things for Libras to restructure, recollect, reobserve, or whatnot when it comes to relationship circumstances. But right, we've been saying that since Mercury went retrograde in Libra. So Libras may have been dealing with that in their personal life period, trying to find that balance. Them situations just probably may have been more intense because it's a retrograde sign in their own sign. Now, with all of that being said, it's air. So sometimes as a Libra, you may overwhelm yourself about how you think about relationships, that you may stress yourself out with that. All right. Libra, he's some wishy-washy, could be all over the place with relationship, perspectives, ideals, and on top of that is cardinal. So we kind of want to lead with our ways, but it's how you gonna, want to dictate relationship ideals, but you yourself can be a little spotty with how you feel like things should be conducted in a relationship. So I say all that to say, with any overwhelming situations you may have been dealing with in that sense, Libra, this is a time where you could find resolve. This is a time where you can start to, find more clarity as to communicating, relating, things about your relationship to your partner, but also understanding, on a personal level, how relationships play a part in your personal life. Are you way too invested into your relationships, right? Do your relationships consume you to the point that it holds back a lot of your personal potential? That it's solar return season. So these are some of the things solar return season brings, Libra. We are now analyzing ourself, our own consciousness, our self-identity. So it brings some reminiscent energy at times as to how we got to where we at today. And relationships may be a huge theme that plays a factor into who you are today, because you're an air sign. So these are things that you're going to be feeling deeply on around this moment. And these are things that you're going to be passionately encouraged to make changes with around this moment, because it's definitely going to feel like a new chapter that's starting for y'all, if not anybody, of course, right? Always in the sign, especially in the sign that the new moon is peaking in. All right. So this could be new relationship potential. This could be new potential towards your personal aspirations and goals, because you have clarity, or you feel like you may have experienced a breakthrough or got over a hurdle with relationship challenges, experiences, situations, all of that. Now, I emphasize intimate situations a little bit with those examples, but let's take this into partnerships. Let's take this into all levels, because like I was teasing Libras earlier in the live stream, saying how we could be some passive head ass motherfuckers. That could trickle into different places, not just the intimate relationship. Be passive in the workplace, passive in different type of situations, passive with your goddamn self, sleeping on your own motivation to do things. So with these things being in your awareness around the time starting to come more into your awareness, because we're only 2 degrees, all right? So Libra, the sun is still picking up on Virgo energy as we speak right now. The sun is still picking up on Virgo energy. It's not going to be until tomorrow the sun is in 3 degrees and it's fully into Libra. No more, the sun ain't feeling Virgo energy no more. So you're going to continue to pick up on this energy, Libra. All right, so it's important to understand that. And as the new moon is extremely stimulating that around this time, it's I say all that to say this is a great time to take care of your motherfucking mental health, Libra, all right? And not allow external energies overwhelm yourself, and allow time to pour into yourself in order to find that balance with you and your relationships. The more you understand yourself, the more you'll find clarity in relationships, instead of trying to cater to your relationships and neglect how you personally want to flow, experience, and be. Period. All right. So that's a huge influence for my Libras. All right. Personal stability and routine. That's going to be a huge emphasis right now, because the first house is emphasized. All right. So we got the new moon transit in the first house. So your first house is lit the fuck up, period, right now, Libra rising. All right. First house is lit the fuck up right now. So we got the new moon fertilizing the first house right now, getting the soil all Gucci, all moist and whatnot. Getting them little get a little pesticide in there, get them little motherfuckers, get them little whatever is up in there that don't need to be up in there. Let's get up out of it, get it up out of here. That's what the moon is doing. And then the sun is going to be transiting this house, all right, in which it loves to be here. And it plays out as a strong motivator, okay? It influences some action. It helps to bring more vision, more awareness towards personal development and personal aspirations and goals. So this is a time for Libra suns, Libra risings to be more assertive with their personal goals. And that'll help a lot of relationship things fall into place. You already have natural relationship fundamentals by default, being a Libra, being an air sign. So your intuition is strong as to imbalances in relationships. So Libras know when the fuck they the ones in the relationship causing an imbalance. Libras know that. They know when they the ones doing that shit. That's why air signs is the easiest ones to point out as narcissists. Motherfucker, you an air sign. You not gonna sit here and act like you telling me you're not aware of what you're doing in this relationship. You are fully aware of these relationship dynamics. But when I address them, you trying to go here and there. All right. Air signs think you slick. Narcissistic, getting away with it ass motherfucker. All right. But air signs listen, we gotta be careful how we take advantage of influences down here, man. All right. Aries rising, Libra sun. Oh man, Aries and Libra in that big three together. Whenever we put opposite energies together, it's just so there's always going to be some intensity. If your sun square your moon, or your sun opposite your moon, or your sun square your rising, moon square your rising, moon opposite rising, any of that shit, any of the big three square opposite, all of that, yeah, your ass got split personalities. That's what your ass got. That's what your ass got. All right, hold on, y'all. My bad. My other phone had died. I'm a Libra. I'll be having to have some little tunes in the background. We got a little influence on music. Venus vibes. All right. So, okay. All right. So let's finish strong. So, let me see. Go back to my notes. So yeah, personal stability and routine is very important right now. Oh shit. Yeah, personal routine and stability in the first house is very important right now. Being very intentional with your personal goals and endeavors is very important right now. Not feeling bad for taking initiative with things in your personal life right now. All right. And not overwhelming yourself with any responsibility for things for responsibility in relationships. You know what fairness is, Libra. You know what it is. So the moment your ass being taken advantage of, you better react to that shit. And if your ass is being toxic right now, the sun is in Libra, so we see Libras. So your shit, yeah, you gon' some shit finna happen. You is in the limelight. You just finna get caught. You're gonna get caught cheating. All right. There's a huge spiritual flashlight on you. It may not feel like it. You may think you low. You may think your girlfriend don't know your password to your phone. Oh, nah, the sun is in Libra. Y'all, it ain't no hiding. This ain't the time to do crime. This ain't the time. You gotta wait till that sun get like opposite your 8th house or some shit to do some crime, do some shit in the dark. You can't have that sun in a place. You can't have that sun in the place where it likes to shine at. The 1st house, 5th house, you trying to do some hidden shit. You got the sun transit in your 1st, 5th house trying to do some secretive shit. So solar return season trying to do some hidden shit. Come on, that's simple energy mistakes right there. Simple energy mistakes. All right. So that's what we got going on, Libra. Seeing where you're being passive or overly compromising at. Yep, Venus is in Virgo conjunct Mercury. So your well-being, mental health is highlighted right now. That's another reason why I had highlighted mental health earlier for my Libras. Solar return realizations. Yep, damn. I really be just when you really write things down, they really stick to the subconscious. Solar return realizations and realizing the potential of how you hold yourself back personally, especially through relationship circumstances, Libra. All right. A lot of analyzations through personal development, but this is something you're going to continue to experience, especially Libra risings. I mean, both of you guys, Libra rising, sun transit in the 1st house, and Libra sun, experiencing your solar return. All right. But that energy of creating balance through personal initiative is very important. The moment you start trying to balance everything else outside of your goddamn self around this time, you may just build some unnecessary frustration right now. All right. Your idea, the intuition of what ideas to deal with right now, there's going to be more clarity with that. Okay. And Venus is going to be in Libra. The ruler is going to be in Libra during this transit. So should be a very harmonious time when it comes into investing into things you really care about, when it comes into managing your time, in order to create a certain schedule, create certain pockets for you to pour into things you want to build and not be bombarded between relationship, external forces, and what you got going on in your personal life, and then feeling imbalanced. All right. Yeah, I know how we do. All right. So shout out to all my Libra suns, Libra risings in the building. Scorpio sun, Scorpio risings. Scorpio risings. We got the 12th house. The 12th house is highlighted right now. So off the rip, Scorpios, with this type of energy, you guys could definitely be in in somewhat of a detached or isolated space, but in the same sense being pushed to embrace some form of interaction, connection, because the 12th house does have influences dealing with connection, with others. The 12th house dealing with connecting with others. All right. But, it is a subconscious house. So we can dive into more so internal energies here as well. All right. Now, Scorpios, this is also a time where you guys may, it is not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt to realize, you need to ask for help. Is okay to understand you can receive the help. It's okay to understand that you could work on something, create something with somebody else around this time. You have the new moon trans in your 12th house, so there's a lot of things that you're gonna be feeling intense energies with when it comes into putting energy into something, into your imagination, something that's been a hidden talent, a hidden gift, a hidden creative attribute, you're gonna feel intense about getting some sunlight on that, or making sure that other people can feel that. You may be in a space right now where you're tired of just feeling that yourself. As individual as you tired of having this talent, this goal, this business idea hidden. You're trying to bring it out. The new moon is going to influence that in the 12th house, bringing that shit more into fruition. All right. Excuse me. I don't mean to call y'all dreams and imagination shit, but come on, y'all know it's coming straight from the heart. So that's what we got going on with them 12th house influences, Scorpio. So we want to find that balance between developing your comfort zone, dealing with your internal energies, but also embracing anything dealing with collaborative networking efforts, because the 12th house can manifest that, especially amongst a creative sense, what you got going on creatively. So this is a great opportunity to build tribe, connect with others in the field within the things that you do. All right, embracing rubbing shoulders with others. Scorpios, this might be a lot of Scorpios right now. This is a time for you guys. Wow, motherfuckers is while everybody's reanalyzing relationships, I feel like a strong emphasis for Scorpio Sun's risings is to remember why you don't fuck with that motherfucker no more. Please, just remember why you don't fuck with that no, please. Cause you got okay, Mars is in Gemini right now. Mars is in Gemini right now, so your ruler is amongst Gemini influences. So you could be around a lot of curious, persuasive, savvy talking, a lot of ideas being thrown at you. So this is another reason why you may have been gravitating towards your isolation, towards isolation a little bit more, just to feel the need to recollect. But when you have you feel me, when you around so much other energy, Scorpio don't like that shit. Like Scorpio don't like Mars don't like people. Mars energy don't like people throwing a whole bunch of different thoughts and ideas on things that they already intended to do. So this is why Mars and Scorpios and Aries could keep a lot of shit to themselves. Like a lot of the times you're not gonna know about the shit, the goals and shit that they have or want to do until they they start crystallizing it. But Scorpio, yeah, this is definitely a time where you guys just want to be open to any potential to connect your creativity with others. All right, on top of cultivating things within your imagination. And but yeah, huge emphasis on realizing why people are in your past, Scorpio rising. The 12th house deals with like karma, the past. All right. So it may be a lot of epiphanies that you guys have as to why you prevented or attracted things in the relationships on a spiritual level, on a vibrational level. And this is helping you to develop new principles as to how open you are to connecting others, certain relationship perspectives. You're going to be developing new outlooks about these things around this time. All right, so don't be allowing temptations, persuasion, or any of that to throw you off your game as to how what's the righteous way of conducting yourself in relationships around this time, Scorpio. Because that's what makes it hard about being a Scorpio. I'm a Libra Scorpio, so shit. Even when Scorpio try to walk in some light, they get reminded that your ass is a part you use from the dark. Get your ass back in the dark. So there's always gonna be a person, place, or thing that try to bring you back to the dark side when you try to move as a righteous Scorpio. Don't let them pull you all the way back into the dark. All right. Just keep a little sparkle of light right now, Scorpio. AKA don't be having motherfuckers disturb your peace, have you overthink or look at anything that's in your 12th house, dreams, goals, imagination, aspirations, potential energy for anything. Don't be having nobody have you looking at that shit anything differently right now. But at the same time, it's Libra season and your moon is in the 12th house. So you do got to embrace some connectivity and maybe sometimes around this season. You got to be a little open as to advice people have for you. All right. And this is your neighbor sign. So you fuck with Libra. You feel me? You fucks with Libra. Okay. Scorpio be down to jump into some Libra energy to deal with some one-on-one connection. You know, it's just that they got a process for they got a process for censoring the energies of that relationship before getting comfortable diving into it. You know, Libra's just gonna dive into the experience of connecting. It's not Scorpio. Gotta run a background check on this mother. What are you talking? That ass. So but that's what I got going on, Scorpio. Those are the most important themes for the new moon and Libra season. And because the moon, the foundation is being set into your 12th house, taking a leap of faith. Once again, I already expressed putting energy work into things dealing with hidden energies, but taking leaps of faith with hidden energies, you might feel that energy. You might feel an influence or push right now saying, you know, let's just jump with this new creative goal, endeavor, pursuit, or whatever it may be to start off this new chapter and foundation instead of, you know, continuing to hone in so much energy and passion and emotion on it, because that's what y'all do. That's some of y'all, that's part of y'all power. Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Rising. Y'all could harness so much passion and energy amongst something over a concentrated period of time, but learning how to move the energy, learning how to move it, you know, learn how to, you know, initiate it into something, you know, that's something that you Scorpios is consistently experiencing, you know, aka transforming, learning how to embrace the transforming, and then ultimately going from always experiencing transformation to now initiating it and having no problem dealing with embracing the transformations that they didn't see, the unpredictable ones, which they're going to deal with, which they're going to attract by default. All right. So this is an example of growing into the potential of a placement. I don't think there's nothing wrong about rapping about anything, like doing video games or anything. What people is crazy, and USA is a big country. Right. GTA is my shit, though. GTA my shit. So that's what we got going on, Scorpio. Oh, and another reason I said the taking the leap of faith energy, because the ruler Mars is squaring Neptune. All right. Mars is squaring Neptune right now, Scorpio. So you got to be your own biggest fan right now, Scorpio. You got to be your own biggest fan, you know. And it can't be no situations where you're depending on or you're relying on any outlook or critique or perspective from somebody else right now. That Neptune energy on your Mars is gonna push you to you know, experience with your own passions, you know, to experience and explore with your own intentions, you know, to create your own results, your own confirmation. So that's something to keep in mind around this time. All right. Now Sagittarius Sun's risings, the 11th house is stimulated. So right now we know 11th house is dealing with associations, relationships, the external realm. We dealing with social media, technology. We're dealing with any type of group environment, partnership environment, community. All right. And with the new moon transiting here, Sagittarius suns, Sagittarius risings, we can see a lot of collaborative efforts or networking opportunities reoccurring. Right now, y'all might be getting new opportunities from old associates that y'all may not even be in contact with like that in the present anymore. It might be old co-workers presenting new opportunities, telling you, you know, a new spot that they just stopped working at that you could start working at. Like it may be it's going to be a lot of activity going on with people that you associate yourself with, have contacts with, may have done business with in the past, or been a part of a certain form of a group or business partnership. Now, when it comes into community with the new moon here, it may be some things expiring to create new opportunities for new relationships, new communities. So it may be a certain environment. It could be any type of community, group, partnership, relationship, collaborative effort that you're a part of, and you may be feeling a strong intuition, to transcend from it, to graduate from it, move on from it around this time. That's because there's a strong push for new opportunities to be developed in your 11th house. That partnership, that collaborative effort, like you got what you needed from that. You experienced what you needed from that. All right. It's new opportunities, new relationships, new things you have to connect to other people in your 11th house. All right. I'm on Sagittarius right now, Gabriella. Yes, a lot of activity in 11th house is a very sociable time for you guys. You guys are dealing with a whole lot of people and whatnot. Reobserving group efforts and relationships you're a part of, branching off to independent career pursuits. That's another thing. And maybe a lot of career opportunities, opportunities, dealing with gaining stability, influence in the 11th house based off the name of other people, like people that people you rub shoulders with, a friend that know a friend that know a friend that know a friend. All right. And being more influenced to pursue independent career business pursuits. So not just doing things on your own, but being more motivated to take something that that may be either unique, something that is directed towards a certain group or whatnot, and taking more initiative, starting a phase, connecting that to others, building a tribe or a community for that. Maybe something spiritual, maybe something dealing with the occult, maybe it's a certain concept or idea, maybe it's a business, but it may be influences pushing you to develop, to connect the individual idea, concept to the external realm, or be amongst community, tribe that relate to these things with the new moon influence in the 11th house, Sagittarius. And we know you got knowledge, wisdom, philosophies, theories, creative influences for days. All right. Now, one thing that's important here, your ruler Jupiter is transiting your 5th house right now in Aries, right? Which is opposite to the 11th house where the new moon is at right now. So right now, this is one of my biggest takeaways for Sagittarius suns, Sagittarius risings. Embrace being seen for your creativity. Embrace being seen for what you have experienced for right now. This is kind of what you've been experiencing all year with Jupiter transiting your 5th house. So now that it's opposite new moon energies in 11th house, a lot of you guys may be manifesting situations where you may be pushed to embrace leadership positions amongst the group, amongst the partnership. All right. Your expertise, all right, may start to exemplify how you should be in that leadership position. All right. So embrace that. Embrace any changes and transformations that come with that. Because sometimes just it sounds good, but becoming the leader, that's a responsibility. Leading anything that comes with a sense of responsibility. So you guys may be dealing with a new sense of responsibility within group environments, managing things, business environments. You may be learning how to be the leader, the boss of yourself within a new creative business project around this time. All right. All right. So shout out to my Sagittarius, Sun Sagittarius, risings. Y'all bossing up right now. Let's get that bag together. All right. Let's keep these resources in context tight in that 11th house. All right. Capricorns, Capricorn, Sun and risings. All right. So we got the 10th house energies, highly influenced, highly stimulated. All right. For my Capricorn risings. So we got Libra up in that 10th house. So yeah, there's a whole lot of rubbing shoulders, communication, relationships, exchanging ideas, collaborative efforts, relationships ending, then new relationship opportunities when it comes into the career life for a Capricorn rising with that Libra in that 10th house. All right. There's a whole bunch of that in the 10th house. You can't work on nothing without having to work with somebody else, Capricorn rising. That's part of the life path of a Capricorn rising. That's something that you have to learn with Libra in the 10th house. There's going to be times you may have to work people you don't necessarily want to work with. There may be times you have to learn how to negotiate in that 10th house. All right. So a lot of the interactive communication influences of the boss, right? So it's one thing to be the big bad boss to make all the money, right? It's one thing to be a big bad boss, to make all the money, to become the CEO, this, that, and the third. But there's also other aspects to a boss, to an owner, to a third authority. Walking up in a certain event and being able to conduct yourself, communicate with different parties, articulate yourself, this, that, and the third. So this is where some of them Libra 10th house influences come in for the Capricorn rising. It's like, damn, Capricorn rising, you want to be the boss, the manager, this, that, and the third, but you want to deal with people sometimes. Motherfuckers, people be annoying the Capricorns and shit. So you got to learn how to deal with people, deal with different personalities, communicate, relate to different others, rub shoulders, in the 10th house as a Capricorn sun. Capricorn sun, natural influences, but especially a Capricorn rising. So with the new moon, went to a whole party last night. Literally haven't done that in like 2 years. Listen, man, we in a new day and time. We doing all type of new things. We doing all type of things we ain't doing in a minute. You feel me? So Capricorn. Well, okay, we already a little bit over 2 hours and it's 5 o'clock. Capricorn in Libra in that 10th house. The new moon here, so we already dealing with promotions, new career opportunities, networking opportunities, learning things from others within the career space. So another space where there's going to be a lot of potential during this time to gain new awareness as to how to navigate things in the 10th house. You may learn more about your brand business status from the perspective of somebody else around this time, Capricorn risings. All right. A new idea or approach towards building status, brands, or business. So something that you're already working on, a career field that you're already in, new ways of working and building and navigating things within that space. Solutions being developed for any legal issues, debts, financial matters. So you guys may start to find some clarity, resolution with anything amongst, finances, debts, legal issues, money management, may not get handled overnight, but with the new moon chance in your 10th house, you're going to start to develop some solutions, perspectives in order to, not have these things clash with the things that the new foundation being set in the 10th house, finding a way to pay attention to it, tend to it, and be able to have the same time and schedule and space to work on your 10th house things instead of all of that shit overwhelming you. All right. So we got that. Embracing networking opportunities and the concepts of a team and help. It's Capricorn, you another one right now. May have to embrace team, the concept of teamwork. All right, Libra in the 10th house. And then the ruler Saturn. All right, the ruler Saturn right now is harmonizing with Mars in Gemini. All right. So with the ruler Saturn harmonizing with Mars in Gemini, you could be dealing with a lot of motivated partnerships. You need to ride that wave. It might be a lot of situations where Capricorn sun rising right now, they have that one person in their corner, that person that they building this business with, or they're starting this idea with, they're chasing this whatever with, they're developing something with, and it has a strong motivated energy. It has a strong relatable intention. All right. Ride the fuck out of that wave right now, Capricorn sun risings. You feel me? It might be Capricorn sun rising out there. You feel me? You've been putting in time, energy, and probably sacrificing and working towards building something, and then you deal with a lot of resistance trying to get help or support, trying to build something, right? Because that's how Saturn works for you. You got to learn how to take your time. You got to learn how to work without resources at time, be patient, right? See other people graduate, and you got to remind yourself your time coming, right? So with all that being said, right now you in a space where you might be with them two other motherfuckers that see your vision right now. You might be with that one other person that's, willing to utilize their resources and their expertise to help build your vision of what you got going on. So embracing and accepting teamwork is real, is big right now. And there's a lot of social activity within your 10th house. All right. So picking the minds of others and being communicative and expressive about what you're going on simply opens up opportunities to expand in this house around this time. Capricorn sun, Capricorn risings, simple shit, you letting somebody know, like, yeah, I be dancing, I be doing this, I'm an artist and that. Oh, word, come down and do this, that, and third tomorrow. Like, word, you feel me? You don't let a motherfucker know if you don't get your status out there, if you're not trying to communicate or express your status, what you represent. let motherfucker know what you're known for. It may be hard for somebody to put you in position that may be able to put you in position. All right. So that's what we got going on, Capricorn Sun, my beloved Capricorn risings. Now moving on to Aquarius. Let's wrap it up with my Aquarius and my Pisces. Aquarius suns, Aquarius risings. The ninth house is heavily stimulated right now. So first of all, Aquarius is y'all already the air signs. You know, first of all, Capricorns, y'all the cardinal signs. So y'all know y'all gonna be dealing with that friction, but we pretty much went over what that friction is. It's dealing with the, you know, the slight stubbornness that comes with interacting with others, you know, learning how to deal with more consideration and, you know, relatability amongst building with others. But and within your relationships too, Capricorn sun risings. Damn, I'm bugging. With Capricorn sun risings, like, yeah, it's gonna have to be some more communication in your relationships around this time. It's to just prevent some bullshit for during Libra season. Just exercise, you know, some communication a little bit more. You know, try to at least let your partner know you don't want to be bothered with this time. Like, at least verbalize it. So at least I heard you say you ain't want to be fucked with around that time. Because y'all hit a motherfucker with a... Y'all hit a motherfucker with that, and that's it. It's like, what am I supposed to do with that? What that mean? What am I supposed to do with that, Capricorn? Give me the death stare. Give me that Saturn stare. That's that Capricorn Aquarius shit. Like, nigga, I just asked you a question. The fuck is you just looking at me for? Just ask you, like, niggas be bugging. Shout out to all the Capricorns, Aquarius. Shout out to Saturn. So, but yeah, Capricorn, y'all may have to be embrace some communication and verbalizing y'all goddamn selves in relationships around this time. You know, Aquarius too, but the Aquarius air. You the cardinal sign that dealing with the square. So we want to prevent situations, relationships by embracing, you know, those Libra-like qualities, you know. Sometimes you feel like sometimes you may be reluctant to deal with that shit because sometimes you feel like communication could be overkill. Motherfuckers talk too much. And now it's just like, ain't nothing realistic no more. Now you just spewing out whatever's on your mind. So that's why Capricorn began a little annoyed. But motherfuckers is just extra talkative with no purpose, out like a motherfucker. Cat Rising, I have a networking call in 2 hours. This girl was like, I want to help you build your business. Cha-ching! Let's get it. Let's get it, man. You feel me? It's a new day, y'all. It's a new moon. So Aquarius sun, Aquarius rising, ninth house. So first off, yeah, Aquarius, y'all air. So by default, y'all already in the club. Go. It's you feel me? So you already in the club with me and Gemini. So when it comes into the relationships, communication, this is an energy that you're naturally going to fall into alignment with during this season. So you're going to find some clarity amongst your relationships, especially when it comes to your business partnerships and the resources that the people that you connect with in order to build things, you know, like within career influences, how you deal with your reality. All right. AKA Saturn. So this energy is stimulating the ninth house. All right, you know the ninth house dealing with education and exploration, spiritually inclined house, our belief system, long distance travel, and off rip relationship clarity and resolve opportunities for that is going to be present, but also a low tolerance with people here as well, because you know the new moon transit in the ninth house. The ninth house doesn't deal with limitations, restrictions. This is what you're yearning for right now, Aquarius, in different levels. You know, you may be yearning for a sense of freedom within financially. You may be yearning for a sense of freedom to explore certain relationship dynamics or whatever it is. The moon transit in the ninth house is going to build more of an intention to dive into things that deal with a free-spirited influence, things that make you feel like you're actually experiencing living. You're becoming fulfilled with what you want to learn, what you want to know from life. So things dealing with your spiritual development. These are all things that's heavy on the heart, all things that you may be highly invested, motivated, inspired, you know, to connect and pour into right now. All right. It's just as Libra here. So it's going to come with a lot of downloads, reminiscing amongst past relationship circumstances. You may be real giddy and excited and spontaneous with relationships around this time right now. So, you know, be discerning with what you're doing, who you're doing it with, and where you're going, and who's there, and what you're doing. Because the ninth house, it's just ninth house is one of the movie houses. Ninth house, one of them houses. When a planet get in there, I was like, oh, it's lit. Oh, it's lit. Finna act a fool. You feel me? That's like the ninth house, the fifth house. You could act a fool in the eighth house because can't nobody see you there. Ain't no rules there and shit. Motherfuckers be killing people there, don't go to jail. There's all type of shit. All type of shit be going left in the eighth house. Then you got the 12th house. Those houses, you could just go crazy. Like, 12th house, ain't no limits there. We in the dream realm, we in the astral realm. We can just float and play with magic, do all type of shit. We ain't dealing with reality in this moment. You feel me? So, Indigo Sash, shout out to you. Y'all fucks with y'all Libras. Shit, my 12th house in Libra and I'm a Scorpio rising. Ooh. Yep. You got that John right over the 12th, right before that first house cusp. So to wrap it up, Aquarius, Sun's risings, relationship clarity and resolve, low tolerance with people because y'all may feel very intentional as to what you want to experience right now, and you're not in a space of allowing relationships or people to hold that back. Not with the moon in the ninth house. The moon is going to feel too excited to jump into these new experiences in this new cycle, this new chapter, whether it's something to make you feel more spiritually fulfilled and developed, or something that you feel like you need to cross off the bucket list when it comes to dealing with a creative talent, something you want to learn, experience. But that moon change in the ninth house in Libra, oh yeah, there's going to be a lot of ideas, air that it may want to experience connecting to others, or is going to be real critical about how its relationships either halt or support it from experiencing these things. All right. But networking opportunities, because it brings experiences within the Libra energy, which is active right now. Maybe some breakthroughs or major downloads within your belief system and spiritual development, something that you may have been in the thick of it when it comes into any type of, your spiritual awareness, when it comes into why you may have attracted certain situations, and you're like, what were the meaning of these situations? It may just be certain random downloads around this, around certain things, like some of the things you experienced in a relationship in the past, earlier this year or whatnot, that you start to see how it correlates to what you're experiencing in your relationships now, especially with like Libra in the ninth house. Especially you got placements in Libra, like you can be a lot of like deja vu shit here going on. You got like air in the ninth. So yeah, so a lot of breakthroughs, major downloads with these things. All right. And I think this is going to be a time where you're going to start to learn it's okay to be a bit more open to how other people's philosophies or ways of thinking about things are. Aquarius, you got that fixed way. You got that sometimes you got that fixed way of thinking. So you have a very individual way. You have your own unique way of thinking. You process your thoughts and communicate from an individual sense, not soaking in the external and then cultivating what you're expressing. That shit coming straight from a pure individual state. And this may be a time right now where some advice from others, that it may not even be advice that you're hearing for the first time. It may be something from a loved one, partner, associate, or whatnot, but somebody that is a trusted individual, somebody that you value their input, and they may be reiterating things around this time right now as to how to assert yourself with any type of goals, talents, gifts, or awareness or expertise, some knowledge. Once again, ninth house, wisdom, education, some type of knowledge and wisdom. May have somebody in your corner, Libra relationship, reinforcing, reiterating these things to you. Mercury retrograde, re-emphasizing these things to you, that you do have this wisdom, you do have this knowledge, or you need to kind of tweak this, adjust this in order to experience, explore, or create opportunities to do something off the bucket list, something that you want to learn or experience with, right? So could be a lot of those energies going on, Aquarius. Also breaking through experiencing certain personal breakthroughs around this time. It could be certain things that when it comes into your self-worth, when it comes into what you feel like you have value to connect to others, this may be something that you start to experience a breakthrough feeling like you're going to embrace expressing these things, being seen for these things, being active with these things, regardless if you question it or not, because that moon in the ninth house is going to be motivating you, telling you you got to experience to learn. If you don't experience, you ain't never going to learn. You ain't even going to know. You're going to be questioning. You're going to be asking the same questions you're asking now. So that moon in that ninth house is stimulated. So you're going to be more in a state of wanting to get your hands dirty in order to gain results instead of being in your head trying to calculate what everything mean or whatnot. That's how air could kind of create a little misunderstandings amongst fire elements. Too much logic towards something that deals with vision and feeling and natural intuition. All right. But those are influences transiting in the ninth house. And Saturn, once again, the ruler is harmonizing with Mars. So once again, a lot of opportunity to manifest passionate connections, motivated connections that share the same motivations, some of the same intentions, but you jump more into attracting those type situations by being more clear as to what your new moon intentions are, aka what you want to be experiencing, exploring, what you want on your bucket list, what you want to feel free from, what you want to express to others. These are the things that are strong influence for intentions around this time. All right. And also embracing long-term projects and building, entertaining, more long-term thinking as to certain associations, projects you may be a part of right now. And that's pretty much that hits the mark right there. All right. And lastly, but never the least, all right, my beloved Pisces suns, Pisces rising. Indigo, I said, yep, taking a major leap, my family now. Yes, ma'am. All right. Pisces suns, Pisces risings. All right. The eighth house is stimulated right now. Eighth house influences. So it might be some new opportunities involving joint finances, the resources of others. Your partner might be your partner. Shit, it might even be your ex-partner come back and be like, yo, listen, I know this, that, and the third. Like, we got it wrong. No, but look, I know somebody that get this popping. You still got that lady that do that? All right, send me that plug so I could hook them up. Listen, I'm going to hook you over a little private. So you might be able to make some things shake or some new opportunities to create certain things based off of your resources, connecting them with others, or just simply the resources of somebody else. Somebody else may be wanting to pour into something that you got going on, may want to fund some shit you got going on with the new moon star in your eighth house. So the moment somebody start talking about supporting your shit, funding your shit, putting some resources behind your shit, you got the new moon transit in the eighth house. You gotta be like, all right, motherfucker, how serious is you? How serious is you? Because I ain't fucking around. I ain't playing no games. Shit. I take a sponsor. Who wants to sponsor? Anybody want to sponsor me? Shit. But it could be a lot of those energies with the eighth house. Pisces, it could be a lot of things being revealed to you from your partner or relationships in your life, not just right now, but throughout the course of Libra season. So anticipate true colors being revealed. And when true colors are revealed to you from any loved ones, close ones, people in your relationship with, business partnerships, this ain't the time to overthink or be naive or act like that shit didn't happen or create your own delusion or create your own perception as to what you think just happened. No, you got the moon transit in your eighth house. Any demons, anything that's hidden, these things are going to be revealed. You are a water sign. You already pick up intuition and you already have a strong subconscious about what people are hiding from you. Now the moon is in the eighth house. Everything you need to see to confirm what you be feeling, you're going to pick up on that right now. All right. So that's something to keep in mind with any situations within the relationships. All right. Relationship issues and just understanding, having, the sun in the eighth house and all these energies here, it's creating a new foundation to lift insecurities, lift heavy energies, help influence you and support you through transformative situations, anything that's heavy on your subconscious, things dealing with your shadow, all these things are being highlighted and being supported to help the sun moon here. They're trying to revitalize this area, bring some nurture to this area, help raise up some things that you may be keeping really deep or whatnot, and is impacting your ability to move on certain passions and goals, or move on to the new potential, work on the new potential of things in your life. So the moon and the sun are working as ghostbusters during this time in that area. But you're gonna feel the need throughout this course of Libra season to want to take things that are hidden gifts, passions, creative endeavors. You're gonna feel real motivated to want to get this seen, get it out in the light in some type of shape or form here. All right, there will be things that you will be coming in, you will be making realizations about when it comes into your shadow, aka negative attributes about yourself, how your desires things that you may not have, that may have control over you when it comes to certain temptations, desires, bad habits, all the ugly, dark 8th house stuff. The moon is going to be picking up on all these things, all right? Especially because since it's starting a new foundation here, it kind of wants to rid some of the things that are, distorting your intention, your mental health, all of these things. The moon wants to really bring some healing here before she moves on and continues her transit. So while she's transiting here, anything that anything that you may be fighting a demon with, whether the demon is your ex, the current person you're dealing with, your sibling, your child, whoever the demon is, there's a potential that you got to come in contact with it in some type of shape or form throughout this season, Pisces. You might be the demon. The demon might be inside you. It might be a certain self-detrimental habit, or something you're doing that works against things that you want to transform and change in your life. All right, so we want to initiate some positive transformation. This whole season has an influence for a bunch of positive transformation right now, period, Pisces. Period, Pisces, Sun, Pisces risings. All right, you're about to have the sun transit in the 8th house. Mercury finna make his way back into the 8th house. You feel me? So the flashlight and the motherfucking the telescope. You got the flashlight and and the magnifying glass together in the 8th house. You feel me? And then Venus about to get in there. Venus don't really like to be in there though, but there's positive things to Venus in there too. That's going to help with the shadow work aspect. That helps with the healing. That helps with bringing a positive attitude or approach towards transforming the ugly stuff, getting to the root of the ugly part of ourselves, the dark part of ourselves, the part of ourselves that, certain insecurities, things that we bury, we keep hidden from others. When you got heavy 8th house transits, it's a time to, have a conversation or come in contact with some of these things and just analyzing how they may be influencing other parts of your life subconsciously without you knowing, attachments, addictions, insecurity, shadow work, all of that good stuff. All right. All of that good stuff. All right. Now, so yeah, new opportunities, joint finances, healing or resolving power and control dynamics in relationships. So that's going to be another important thing for Pisces suns, Pisces risings right now. Any power and control issues in relationships, it's actually a great time to bring resolve, but this is going to be a situation where motherfuckers going to have to give up control. If there's a situation where somebody's reluctant to give up control while another person's trying to make effort to bring some understanding, compromise here, then man, we got to get on with the get on. New moon is here, man. Listen, if motherfuckers ain't trying to make new relationship changes, somebody else finna embrace these changes you ain't trying to make right now. It's new moon time. All right, you got the time. All right, it's fall season. Motherfucking leaves is falling off trees and shit. Ain't got time to be. It ain't that much sunlight to be out here arguing with your ass outside. It's getting cold now. At least in the summertime and shit, it's a nice breeze outside. I ain't mind arguing. The weather was nice outside. It's cold now. Niggas ain't got time for all that. We can argue on FaceTime. All that in person outside shit, that shit dead. You feel me? If you argue with a motherfucker in the now, actually, it's the other way around. If you arguing with a motherfucker, you having relationship arguments and shit in the spring and summertime, oh yeah, y'all in some real shit. Fall, winter time, motherfuckers ain't got the tolerance for nothing. It's like, man, listen, as soon as I get out of work, I'm going home. All right. I'm finna warm up last night's leftovers. I'm finna catch this last episode of what's a good show out now? I'm finna catch this last episode of Power. All right. Raising Canaan. I ain't got time for I ain't got no time for no relationship stress. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You feel me? So Pisces, walk in your power. Pisces sun, Pisces risings. You feel me? And yeah. Walking your power and control dynamics and relationships. Healing or bringing understanding to past relationship circumstances. All right, that goes along with the shadow work. Influences. Exploring your passions and your creative side, and being more invested into relating to your tribe, aka people who relate to your passions and your creative influences and your spiritual influences as well. A lot of spiritual influences going on with this placement. You already a Pisces, and we talking about the 8th house influence here. So a lot of things going on with occult like influences. But when it comes into this transit, it may create a lot of opportunities to actually find parties, community to connect these energies with. All right. However that may manifest. But the 8th house, we are still dealing with connection here. It's just that we're dealing with connection in the dark. Remember, y'all, the signs 1 through 6, Aries through Virgo, they could do a whole lot cultivating the introspect, and then by default 7 through 12 signs, because they come out the 7 through 12 houses, which are the external part of the chart. They may just be more active in places outside of their environment and dealing with a whole bunch of interaction relationships. And the 8th house, the 8th house is dealing with connection here. It's the hidden connections. We dealing with this is criminals, secret societies. That's the type of relationships we got going on in the 8th house. Cheaters, stealers, thieves, all of that. The relationship things, people that is in the dark, or situations amongst relationships that are in the dark. All right. Exploring your passions, the creative side with tribe or related community. Jupiter is transiting your second house. So yeah, that's part of the reason I wrote that down. Jupiter in the second house, you're supposed to be experiencing expansion amongst experimenting with your value system, your talents, what you feel like you're good at, seeing what type of prices you could put on them, seeing who you could connect them to, how you could connect them, all of these things. That's what you're experiencing with Jupiter in the second house, and also developing I would say higher morals with things dealing with stability, security, aka, because Jupiter makes things more evolved from a philosophical point of view. So right now you may start to develop concepts where you're learning how to look at currency, money, finances from an energy perspective, not from a survival perspective, from an abundance perspective, from a, I'm a walk in that energy, and I'm gonna do what I do to attract it, and I'm gonna get it, and it's gonna come. So Jupiter's adding more of the philosophical influence as to how you deal with stability and security, so you don't get too caught up in once again, survival mode, and you're getting more aligned with your true gifts, with your intuition, and having belief and faith in the things that you set intention on within your second house with your gifts and talents. All right, Pisces, and you're one of the most talented motherfuckers. Y'all be some multi-talented ass motherfuckers. You feel me? So that's what we got going on with that little influence right there. With that Jupiter in second house, hitting the opposite. And then what I got here, last bullet, not overwhelming yourself with expectations of any creative pursuits by trying to just live in the moment, Pisces sun, Pisces rising. That's very important, because we know y'all could swim in the past, right? And we already got a lot of influences right now that's influencing us to be in the past. We're in retrograde season. So by default, we can be stuck in the past. that's not a bad thing right now, because we need to use the past to help the present right now, because it's retrograde season. But as energies start to, Mercury goes direct in around what, on the 8th, the 9th, and you got these energies in the 8th house, which is a water house. You have a lot of influences that will be, it's gonna be a lot of deja vu. It's gonna be a lot of reminiscing right now. You already be in the past, Pisces. A lot of daydreaming. You like astro traveling and shit. But right now you have to make sure past circumstances do not hold any inspirations today. The new moon is in the 8th house, so a lot of the new things, a lot of the certain motives, passions, goals that you have that are becoming re-stimulated with the moon, with the new moon transiting here, they may naturally bring up past situations when you were dealing with these things and they didn't go the way you wanted. We ain't finna sink into that shit in the 8th house. We're here to acknowledge that in the 8th house, transcend it in the 8th house. It's not the easiest thing for the moon to do, but this is what the moon is helping the sun set a foundation to do right now as we speak. And as it transits, your sun is going to pick up the slack and continue to take action towards all the things you picking up, feeling, and thinking about. Your passions, goals, things that are hidden, things you need to change, transform, traumas, wounds, and your shadow. All right, and how to connect them motherfucking talents, gifts, and all that knowledge and wisdom and that angelic energy you got to the world. All right, Pisces sun, Pisces risings. So, family, I lied once again, said I was going to be short, almost a 3-hour live stream. But hey, man, I'm about to turn 29 years old. I'm still out here lying. Bora ain't never going to grow up, y'all. I ain't never going to grow up, man. But I missed y'all. I hope everybody stepped into the season in positive energies. Like I said, it's retrograde season. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of recollection. There's a lot of things shifting. There's a lot of things that we may have stepped into the summertime with certain goals with, and things were out of our control. A lot of things may have been out of our control. A lot of situations may have been came into our life and paused certain aspirations or things that we had in motion. All of that is for a reason. Embracing patience and taking things one day at a time. And when I say taking things one day at a time, acknowledging things that need change, transformation, or deep down intuitively need revision in your life. That's gonna lead you to the land of milk and honey. All right, guys. I know a lot of y'all. Every time I kind of go on a little hiatus, don't post as much. I appreciate y'all, because a lot of y'all be reaching out like, bro, you okay? This down the third, this down the third. You okay? You alive there? And I really be appreciating that. But even though I give the energies out personally, yeah, shit. Like I said, I'm in the middle of my Saturn return. I'm turning 29 in a couple of weeks. I got all these energies in my 8th house and shit. So like I know a lot of people are dealing with all type of transformation right now. All right. But that's what's gonna help you to progress and develop around this time. All right, like I said, it's the last lap, y'all. In a marathon, a lot of energy is gonna start going direct. It's a new shift, a new season. All right. So hopefully this brought some clarity to what you guys may have been picking up influences recently, and what you guys may be dealing with, post new moon influences. But nonetheless, I hope everybody has a fruitful new solar season. Shout out to all my Libras. Happy birthday, Libras. All right, family. Until next time, gang. Peace.